Hello everyone, my name is the Lego Kid 2003, and today we're playing some Genshin Impact. In the last episode, we did part 1 of the Archon quest. Today we're going to be doing part 2. A quick little thing before I switch screens. I was planning on doing the flagship events last night, but since part 1 of the Archon quest was a little longer than I was initially expecting, that being almost 4 hours, I think the stream ended up being like just a hair under 3 hours 45 minutes. After that stream, I was just really, really tired. Because while I do love doing this with all my heart, I really do enjoy doing these streams and putting out these videos for you. It does take quite a bit of energy out of me, so if I stream for too long, I just end up super drained. So that's why I'm only doing 2 streams this week, because the first one lasted pretty dang long. But yeah, that's the plan for today. The housekeeping. Another thing, I started working on Kachina. I started building Kachina. Really quickly I need to, fix a couple of things with the things. Just super quick. Alright, there we go. Really quickly, I need to turn on the audio so I don't go insane from the silence. But yeah, as I was saying, there was as I was about to say before I realized that the follow goal and sub goal needed to be messed around because some of the numbers were changed and the goal didn't automatically switch to accommodate. But yeah, quite a bit ended up changing in between last episode and this one. Primary one being Xiao is one step closer to having his perfected build. So, of course, this is kind of course, the stats will be kind of messed around with because of the fantastical blessing, but that's his crit ratio right now. 48 to 197. What I'm trying to do. Oh yeah, and also I have him on a 4-piece vermilion. What I'm hoping to do at some point is to get him a better flower. Because with all of these, the crit damage is in the 20s, and I want to get this in the 20s. Here's the thing. I had to craft this sand piece using the artifact transmuter, so I can't craft any more vermilion stuff for the rest of this update. So that means I have to either roll for this, for a new one, or I have to use the strongbox. But yeah, this will be his flower until I can get a better one. And yes, 11 is pretty decent, but it could still be better. And as I mentioned at the beginning of the episode, I did start building Kachina. Right now I currently have her on technically a 3-piece scroll. I know it, yeah, 3-piece scroll and then these 2 random artifacts here. I'm hoping to get a 4th, like a good 4th scroll artifact, either a flower or a headpiece. Because this is crit rate, but it doesn't have any crit damage. But yeah, double defense, so it's mainly cycled around her skill. And also I started messing with her talents like literally today. But that's not the point. Final thing before I start the Archon quest, because I'm probably going to end up forgetting to do it. The meters that I was messing with earlier today, at the start of the episode, like 10 minutes ago. The blue meter right next to my head is my follow goal. If I successfully hit 350 followers on Twitch, then I will begin playing Persona 5 Royal for the Nintendo Switch. I do have the game. Keep this in mind, I do actually have the game. I think it's loaded in my Switch right now. Is it? I have to check my... No, it's not. But yeah, for the literal proof that I has it, it's right there. The game card is right here. So, fill that blue meter up, and that is what we will be playing. There we go. But yeah, that's the follow goal. The green meter right next to that is my sub goal. If I successfully hit 100 subscribers on Twitch, then I will do a stream in a maid outfit. No, I'm not kidding. Yes, I will actually do it. Yes, my friends have given me a lot of teasing comments about it. But yeah, I will actually do it. And the fun part is if both of these meters get filled up at the same time, they'll resolve at the same time. So if that means putting off the Persona stream until I actually get my hands on a maid outfit, then that's what's going to happen. But either way, blue meter gets filled up, new Vigigame, green meter gets filled up, new outfit. Beyond the t-shirt and crop top hoodie that I've been wearing for the past few months. Both of those get filled at the same time, they will, and I will play Persona in a maid outfit for one episode. But yeah, that's all the housekeeping out of the way. But yeah. Yeah, that's all the housekeeping out of the way, I think. And it's Archon Quest time. I guess we have to go here. Oh yeah, I also did start working on the reputation of everything's. I have the Children of the Echoes at level 2, and I think the other 2 at level 1, if I remember right. Thankfully, I'm teleporting to the reputation thing for the People of the Spring, so I can check that now. Now look ahead, Oh yeah, also last episode we got to see Ether shirtless for the first time in all of Genshin Impact. So that was certainly a treat for the eyes. Yeah, you're at level 1. Yeah, Children of the Echoes is at level 2, and then the other 2 are at level 1. Hopefully, we'll be able to get them all to level 4, so I can get the treasure compass, because hunting around for all of the chests is kind of getting painful. because I've been exploring so much. But that's mainly because I wanted to get the sanctifying elixirs to craft artifacts. So now that I have those, then I can... Yeah. I guess we're going here to start things off.
Paimon feels like a whole new Paimon after those 2 days in the hot springs. The Abyss kind of threw a wrench in our relaxation, though.
Yeah, that was kind of a thing that happened.
Still, spending time here really has felt like a vacation. The
It honestly
Koholosaurs are
has.
so nice and so fun to play with. Their bellies are super bouncy.
The Koholosaurs have to be my favorite saurians. They're so fun to
Paimon some for the road just this morning,
play
actually.
with. What was she up to?
Yelling at some kids who got caught throwing stones in the hot springs, so not much has changed since we first met her.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Hey, you
Hey,
guys.
Milani.
Sleep well last night?
Absolutely not.
This area is so nice.
I'm kidding, yes.
Glad
Look
you like
a
it.
rock.
I was thinking of taking you guys out to do some sea fishing. Later tonight, we can eat whatever we catch. Fresh fish is absolutely delicious right off the grill.
Hey, Mualani!
Yeah? What do you need?
The team sent out to fight in the Night Warden Wars has returned.
Ooh.
And Kachina? Is she back as well?
Kachina fell in battle.
Well,
But
it
don't
is
worry,
her...
the team was victorious, so the rite
Okay,
of resurrection
cool.
will be held in the stadium soon.
Everyone was the team was victorious, so we're fine. Kachina gets to be rezzed.
That's a relief. The Abyss is cunning, and it was her first time. Mistakes are bound to happen.
Yeah, that's...
Exactly.
I was
She
literally
deserves
just
to
about to
hold
make
her
that
head up
point.
high.
All right, thanks for letting me know. We'll head out in a bit.
So,
Jeez.
yeah, that's...
She sounded a little anxious there.
Yeah.
Had me thinking it was bad news for a moment.
Mualani, you said the Abyss was cunning just now, but it seems like the Abyss just wants to destroy everything. Like, think about all those monsters that attacked your tribe. If there really was some sort of cunning plan, wouldn't it make more sense to send them to attack Kachina and her small team? Not that Paimon wants them to be in any more danger, it's just...
Relax, I get it. The Abyss is difficult to understand, that's for sure. At a
Great.
glance, it certainly seems like the only goal is total destruction. The Abyss isn't a living entity after all, so what capacity for logic or planning could it possibly possess? But through our
expect
long
unexpected.
history of fighting the Abyss, we've realized things aren't quite so simple.
Yeah.
500 years ago, the Abyss invaded Teyvat. You know about that, right?
Yeah, the Conrian disaster.
That's right. Conria suffered greatly during that time. But so did every other nation in Teyvat. And Natlan was the worst affected of all. It took the combined efforts of the then Pyro Archon and heroes from every tribe to finally repel the Abyss. Even so, the effects of the invasion lingered for hundreds of years, only able to be reversed little by little. Our tribe's waters were contaminated. The Children of Echo's territory was overrun by dangerous sludge surging from underground. Unrelenting black winds tore across the lands of the Flower Feather clan. It was like each disaster was designed for a specific tribe.
So the Abyss understood the foundation of each tribe.
Exactly. We once thought that the Abyss's desire for destruction was a sort of primal instinct. But its methods are, in truth, marked by intelligence. We now believe the Abyss has invaded the Night Kingdom, and has the capacity to read the memories of this land at any given moment.
That's
And
concerning.
that's how it became so dangerous and cunning. Almost like it knows you inside and out.
Yes, and that's why we've been unable to fully eradicate it, even after all this time. Luckily, the problems left behind by the Abyss have been successfully addressed by the various Pyro Archons we've had over the years. Now every tribe is prospering and things are looking up. I mean, just look at what we managed to do a few days ago. We totally fought them off.
Yeah. In other nations, I've seen how much effort it takes to truly eradicate the Abyss. The people of Natlan live in its shadow every day. Who knows how long it'll take for this war
You
to
must
end.
have had to sacrifice a lot to get to this point.
Every battle, every sacrifice is in pursuit of a future where we get to stop fighting. Responsibility, duty, unavoidable burden. Everyone in Natlan views the war differently. But I believe we will be rid of the Abyss one day. And the efforts of all who fought against them will become a story for the ages. To think that my name could survive in ballads passed down to future generations, it's kind of romantic.
Yeah.
Everyone has something that drives them forward, you know?
You make me want to contribute.
Be my guest. Heroes are always welcome in Natlan. Anyway, let's head to the stadium. Our fishing trip can wait until Kachina's back with us.
Yeah.
The sea's not going anywhere.
Black stone under a white stone. I was just about to say something and I completely forgot what I was gonna say. Oh, yeah. It does kind of make sense that, like, as awful as this sounds, it does kind of make sense that there's going to be slip-ups if you're doing something for the first time. And since this is the first time Kachina's actually won in the pilgrimage, it's going to make sense that she's not going to be fully used to everything. But there's still the Ode of Resurrection as like an emergency exit button to bring her out should something happen. So we'll be able to see how exactly that goes down. And something tells me it's going to be a cutscene, so I am going to mute up. So you guys don't have to hear my cringe commentary. Yeah. Oh, no cutscene?
Whoa, this place is packed already.
Looks like we'll have
Of
to hurry if we
course.
want to find good seats.
No one's gonna miss out on the chance to welcome our heroes back from battle. It's their moment of glory.
Yeah,
Kachina's
true.
gonna be so flustered. She's never had this many eyes on her before.
Yeah, but she got pretty dang close during the pilgrimage to having that much attention.
Yeah, she doesn't seem like the kind of person who likes being the center of attention.
Not really.
Looks like I'm just in time.
Oh, hello, Ganesh.
Kanich, you're here!
Yeah, a commission ran longer than expected, but I made it. I heard about the incident with your tribe, Mualani. Is everyone all right?
Yeah, it's all taken care of. Our new friend here's got some tricks up his sleeve, by the way. He's just as strong as Kachina made him out to be.
Oh, you flatter me. I could have
Hey,
done better,
look!
though.
Is it about to start?
That's right. Someone will come out and recite a eulogy, and then we'll sing the Ode of Resurrection together.
Oh, so it's like a...
Come on, let's find a spot with a good view.
It's like a full-blown
When
song.
the singing starts, just follow my lead and you'll be fine.
Okay.
Let's go somewhere higher up so Kachina can spot us.
Maybe I'll have my,
Warriors of Natlan,
my mouse right
heed
on
the call of
button.
life. We are the inheritors of memory and legend. Those who grew alongside sun and wind. Those who forged our own destiny and future. That is Natlan's fire, the lifeblood of our nation.
I could not find Kachina within the Night Kingdom, or locate her ancient name.
What?
What?
What does that even mean?
That means Kachina can't come back.
Usually once the ode is complete, the Pyro Archon and resurrected person will emerge from the flames. But something went wrong.
What's going on? This has never happened before.
Well, I think it's pretty obvious. Clearly, the team sent to fight the Abyss didn't win after all.
Okay,
Think
great, not
about
this
it.
guy again.
The Ode rekindles all victors. We've witnessed it countless times.
Since the Archon couldn't find Kachina in the Night Kingdom, that must mean there's more to this victory than meets the eye.
Hey! You just
I
haven't
like
gotten over the fact that
Donlin's
Kachina beat you in
outfit,
the
just not his
pilgrimage.
attitude.
Pathetic. The both of you.
Your wild guesses are misplaced. We completed our mission.
Maybe you did, but who's to say whether that little girl even contributed at all? Maybe she got scared and ran off. Why would the
Or maybe
Wire
you're just a
recognize
sore
someone
loser.
like her, even if she was on the winning team?
How dare you insult a hero of Natlan like that? Kachina
have at least a
sacrificed
little
herself to
respect.
repel the Abyss. She doesn't deserve to be subjected to your vile rumors when she's not even here to defend herself.
Calm
She
down,
does have a point, that
Milani.
is kind of rude.
There's no point arguing with the likes of them.
I can't just sit here and let them
To-
slander her like that.
Talk bad about
To
someone when they're not even
insult
here
a
to
hero
defend
of
themselves.
Natlan, the person actually has to be a hero.
You...
Think about it, everyone. Who do you think is really at fault here? A girl who never should have even gone to war? Or the great Pyro Archon? Why would the rules of our nation suddenly stop working?
That's true. If she wasn't revived, it must mean she failed to achieve victory. Maybe the Wyab interpret victory in different ways?
I mean, that girl didn't look all that
Calling
strong
out
to
the
me.
Archon is typically a huge no-no. I know if this was Inazuma, the guy would be cut down almost immediately.
Kachina wouldn't have run! That's not like her at all!
No. She's been waiting for this moment for too long.
Yeah, it definitely doesn't make any sense on...
No matter how daunting the situation, no matter how scared she might feel, she's always the first person to stand up and face it head on.
See, that's
You don't
definitely
even know
not
what happened.
a running
So don't
issue.
you dare try to use this as an excuse to vent your anger or slander her reputation.
Fine. We'll find out what happens soon enough. Then, we'll see who truly deserves glory.
That's enough. There is no doubt about today's victory, or Kachina's part in it. She is a hero worthy of our admiration and celebration.
Thank
However,
you.
the failure of today's ceremony is undeniable. Kachina has not been rekindled, and I offer you all my deepest apologies as I continue to investigate this matter. To prevent further casualties, I have decided to suspend the pilgrimage until this matter is resolved.
Makes
What?
sense. It's funny
No
that you're
one is
complaining.
all-knowing. No one is infallible, not even myself. But doubt is a means by which we seek the truth, not a weapon we wield against others.
Yeah.
I didn't mean it that way, Archon. I just...
Then how did you mean it?
If there are things you wish to clarify, then ask me directly. Doubt my answer if you wish. But now's your chance. You have concerns? State them.
No, of course not.
Even though I have said nothing to change your mind, then it would seem the truth never mattered to you at all.
That guy doesn't even have the courage to answer the Pyro Archon's question. So much for all that glory talk earlier.
I have
Okay,
a
yeah, my suspicion
question,
for Pylon's starting
Archon.
to grow.
My friend Kachina. Do you have any idea where she is? It's extremely important to me. I know you said you were investigating the situation, but I'm sorry, that's not enough.
I've already shared everything I know. If you want to learn the truth and rescue your friend sooner, you should join the investigation.
And sometimes
So,
we're gonna get involved.
What do you say?
Of course I'll join.
In that case, Come see me in the speaker's chamber.
We should join them.
Oh, and if it's not too much trouble, could you drop by as well, Traveler? I'd like to have a chat.
On one hand,
Rest assured, everyone, I'll keep the tribal chiefs informed on the progress of the
on
investigation.
the other hand, we
Once
did kind
again,
of come
I
here to talk
apologize
to
for the outcome
Mobweeka
of
in the
this
first
ceremony.
place, so...
If there are no further questions,
Wait.
let's part for now.
I guess...
Did she just ask us to come along?
I think so.
I believe she did. Let's go. I'd like to know what's going on myself.
Yeah, let's figure out what's going on. Are we gonna be teleported straight there, or...? What's the game plan?
The situation is urgent, so I'll get straight to the point. Kachina is undoubtedly a hero of Natlan, and I'm deeply sorry this happened to her. There's been unrest in the Night Kingdom, but I don't know what's causing it. As a result, I've been unable to track down her location. Until we find and address the cause of the unrest, the Ode of Resurrection will continue to be ineffective.
And that means Kachina won't be able to come back?
Theoretically.
That's correct. Not until the problem with the Night Kingdom is resolved.
How long will that take?
Who knows?
It's hard to say.
Kachina always dreamed of fighting the Abyss. Of doing her part to defend Natlan.
Bye.
She wasn't afraid of death because she knew, if it came down to it, the Pyro Archon would be there to bring her back to life. Whenever we sat down together, exhausted from training, she would always hum the Ode of Resurrection. She was supposed to come back to us. We were supposed to hug her and celebrate with her and share her joy. We supported her every step of the way, but what are we supposed to do now? Sit peacefully and wait for her return? Lose ourselves in grief over her death? Tell me, are we her friends? Or her murderers?
That's not fair, Mualani.
Yeah, I'm with Kanich on this one.
It's all right.
Conclusion is a bit
I
extreme.
understand your rage and your grief. Kachina's life means a great deal to me, Mualani. Believe me, I want to bring her back as soon as possible. I would give you that peace of mind if I could. But please, hear what I have to say so I can at least give you a broader picture of the issue we are now facing. Considering the recent attack on your tribe, I believe the Abyss has found a new means of undermining the rules of our nation.
You mean...
The Sacred Flame. The foundation of our resistance against the Abyss. If we continue to hold the pilgrimage and send teams to fight the Abyss, there will likely be more casualties. But if we stop altogether, the Sacred Flame will only grow weaker. The Abyss will scale up their attacks, and the tragedy we saw with the people of the Springs will only be the first of many.
If we compare the two choices, the former seems to be the lesser of two evils. Sorry, I know that may sound harsh, but I bear the name Malipo. Weighing the costs is my duty. The raw truth can be cruel. But we need to understand it if we want to approach this rationally.
But what would you say, Mualani? This is personal for you. And unlike Kanich, I dare say it's not a simple case of weighing up which course of action is less painful, is it?
No.
I do kind of
I
like
can't
how...
choose between them, and I don't want to.
Like, I know this is
Saying
a
that
super
one is
somber
preferable
moment,
over the other is
but I
disrespectful
do
to
kind
the
of like
people
how
who suffered.
Mobweeka has a personal connection with
You're saying
her
it doesn't
people.
matter whether I suspend the pilgrimage. the consequences will be equally painful.
I honestly think that's really, really cool.
What happened to Kachina breaks my heart. But I couldn't bring myself to
It
sacrifice
kind of
other people for her
leans into
sake.
a little bit more of the
And
human
that
side
is the
of
crux of
Mabuika.
the problem.
Because we
It's
ended
not
up learning
simply a
in the
matter
last
of
episode,
choosing the lesser
spoilers,
of two evils. Either way, there will be
that
people who suffer,
every
and the end
Pyro
result
Archon
will be the same.
who has and will
Belief in
be
the pilgrimage will waver.
is human,
Once doubt has crept in,
which is kind of the
the
exception
people will no
to
longer unite in battle against
what
the
Archons
Abyss.
have been in the past,
And that
being
is exactly what the Abyss wants.
gods
Their
or
ultimate goal
non-human,
isn't to break the rules
like
that make the Ode of
entities.
Resurrection work. It's
Like
to
how Fenty
destroy
was a
the
wind
people's
spirit,
faith in them.
Zhongli was an
To prevent what
Adeptus.
happened to Kachina from happening to anyone else, we need to suspend the pilgrimage.
A
So that
was
is my
one,
current
is
plan.
one of the lightning twins.
And in the meantime,
who's like the
I've made efforts to
personification of
strengthen
lightning
each
itself.
tribe's defenses. Then
Nahida
we have to
being
find another way
a
of
branch of
strengthening the
Ur-
sacred
the
flame to
Irminsul tree.
keep the Abyss at bay. This won't be
Focalor
easy.
and
I'll
Egeria
need time
being
to figure out the best approach.
Oceanids.
I understand your anger, Mualani,
So it's
but I hope that provided some clarity at least.
Wow. Hyman thought things were gonna get heated for a second, but the Pyro Archon took the time to explain everything so patiently.
I owe you an apology, Archon. I let myself get carried away earlier, and I'm sorry. You're right. We need to focus on finding solutions.
We could always hold the pilgrimage without sending a team to fight in the Night Warden Wars. That way, we would still be able to fuel the sacred flame.
I've considered
that
but
would
the two events have nearly
remove
always
the point
been linked.
of the
Without
yeah,
the
the two
chance
events
to
have always
fight
been
the
linked.
Abyss,
So
pilgrimage
if we
rankings
don't send
lose their
anyone in,
prestige,
then
and competitor numbers will drop.
the
With
pilgrimage
fewer
would be a
participants,
waste.
the amount of
It wouldn't
contending
have any
fire
point.
produced will decrease, and the vicious cycle will continue indefinitely.
So, essentially, the Abyss is taking Kachina hostage.
What happens if you stay in the Night Kingdom for a long period of
You've
time?
learned about the concept of ley lines during your travels, yes?
Yes.
The Night Kingdom is something similar. Staying there for a short period of time shouldn't have an effect on the person. But with the Abyss in the picture, it's a different story. Your sense of self will be devoured until eventually you become one with the Sea of Souls. Imagine pouring a cup of water into a rushing river. You can try to scoop up another cup, but there's no chance it will be the same water you had before. I won't sugarcoat it. That is the danger Kachina is currently facing.
Just like you said, Archon. Both of these problems need to be addressed. You can focus all your efforts on dealing with the Sacred Flame. I will go search for Kachina.
The Abyss poses the same threat to you as it does to her. It is very possible you will not return. Knowing that, do you still choose to go?
Kachina's waiting for us to rescue her. That's all that matters.
I failed to
Someone's
protect her during
determined.
our campaign, but I can make it up to her now. I choose to go as well.
Traveler? What do you think?
This isn't how it should end for her. I promised she would have the chance to learn from me.
Understood. Then I'll support you in any
We
way
will
I
carry
can.
that promise through to the end.
The Masters of the Nightwind have a technique that can extract an ancient name from the ley lines. If we can find Kachina's ancient name, I can use the link between them to pinpoint her position within the Night Kingdom. Then comes the hard part. You need to visit the Night Kingdom in person and rescue her.
Alright?
But
Sounds simple
is
enough.
the Night Kingdom a land of souls? Can we even go there?
Under normal
done the impossible
circumstances,
before.
only the consciousness can enter. But there is a way to go there in person. However, know that the Night Kingdom will attempt to repel you, and the Abyss certainly won't leave you be.
That's fine by me.
We've
Same
dealt
here.
with the Abyss before.
Fighting the Abyss is nothing new for me.
Won't be a problem.
So, Hyman's the only one who's scared? Well, if you're going, Traveler, Hyman's going too.
Lali of the Masters of the Nightwind once created an artifact that can be used to communicate with the Wyab. We call it the Spirit Speaker Stone. It was originally used as a ceremonial artifact wielded by the tribal chiefs. But that spiritual quality also means it can be used to search for an ancient name.
So use
That was the
to
artifact I
locate
delivered to the Scions of the Canopy a few days ago. Didn't think I'd be hearing about it again so soon.
Thank you so much for your help, everyone.
Your thanks are unnecessary. I will offer you whatever aid I can, but your fellowship and courage are what will truly decide the success of this operation. Besides, you're the ones helping me. I can only focus on one thing at a time, after all.
True. I mean, we can't be in two places at once.
Traveler, I certainly didn't expect our first conversation to be so serious. I've heard all about your accomplishments. Ever since you arrived, I've been hoping to meet you and offer you Natlan's highest level of hospitality.
Well, that's new.
Why?
Why? Is that not what happened in the other nations you visited?
Let's review, shall we? In Mondstadt, we almost got blown off the face of the earth because of a dragon. In Liyue, we witnessed a god fake their own death. In Inazuma, we got hunted down by the nation's Archon and got labeled as a criminal. In Sumeru, we were subject to something out of the Matrix, basically, in a constant looping dream that slowly unalives you. And in Fontaine, we almost got arrested day one and witnessed the actual death of a god. So, yeah, hospitality hasn't really been a thing up until this point. It's kind of complicated, but it looks like we're making a name for ourselves.
Yeah, things were pretty complicated at the start. And, in the middle. But our reputation's solid nowadays.
More or less.
That's more like it. After all, I've heard you're someone who transcends fate.
You know quite a lot about me.
Perhaps even more than you can imagine. But we can talk about that some other time.
Yeah, there are
Ideally,
kind of
this would
more
be the
pressing
perfect
issues.
night for a drink and some musical ambiance. But there are important things to be done.
Yep.
I almost forgot. Atea was wounded in the fight against the Abyss. She wanted us to give this to you. It embodies fond memories and my strength of will. That's what she asked us to tell you. She said you'd know what that means.
I didn't think this day would come so soon. The flames of her life force. I can feel them flowing within the talisman. If things were different, the two of us could have enjoyed the hot springs together while she gave this to me in person. We're supposed to be hot spring buddies after all.
There's that personal connection
don't
that I
worry.
was talking
This
about.
talisman means a great deal to me. I'll take good care of it. And once this is all over, I'll pay Atea a visit.
I'll talk about that a little more once we actually have control of our character again.
You said you didn't want to jeopardize the production of Contending Fire. But that's not at all why you decided to suspend the pilgrimage, is it?
You're right. Even now, the production of Contending Fire is far from sufficient. The gradual corrosion caused by the Abyss has resulted in a massive shortage of pyro energy, and we're currently at the breaking point. As things stand.
Wait, maybe
The
that's why we
pilgrimage is a
can't
lost
get
cause.
Pyro Traveler, because
Suspending
there's
it allows
such a
us to
shortage
save our
of
strength to defend the
elemental
tribes.
energy.
The Abyss has brought catastrophe to Natlan, and Kachina's disappearance in the Night Kingdom is a direct consequence of that.
We can't
Yeah,
let the
I'll talk
general
about that in
public
a bit.
know that.
No. If the public learned that Natlan's destruction was close at hand, there would be immense panic. But if I said nothing at all, they would have continued to question the integrity of Natlan's heroes.
like we saw today.
Another simple choice. The latter was clearly the better solution. But you chose otherwise.
I have never subscribed to the belief that the right choice is the one with the fewest sacrifices. Let's go. There's still a way for the sacred flame to last a little longer.
You mean?
Yes. Come with me.
You know what, I'm going to talk about it now. So, I forgot what the first thing I was going to talk about was, but the thing with the Archon. She's kind of the first one that genuinely has a connection with her people. Because the closest we've gotten with the last three don't really count. Because the Red Shogun governs her people from afar. Kusanali was locked in a tower for 500 years, and Farina is, well, Farina's Farina. So the fact that Malvoika actually
The sacred flame must
genuinely
never go
hangs
out.
out with her people is
Not
really
only
cool
does
to
it
see.
strike fear in the abyss, but it's also the pillar of Natlan's stability.
Oh, I was going to talk
So
about the
until
power
our
ownership thing.
heroes are ready, I will sacrifice my power to keep it burning.
But that can only last so long. I think we should focus on the remaining ancient name bearers.
Don't
But,
let
yeah.
desperation cloud your judgment.
Remind me to talk about
Those
the power
chosen
energy
by the
thing
Wyad
later,
have already
because
embarked on their destined
if I go
path.
too long,
It is
if I
for
don't
them
talk
to
about
decide
it,
how
then
that
I'm
journey
going to
ends,
forget.
not us.
And this is kind of a bad time,
All we can do
because it's like
is
a really cool
support them.
moment.
Even so, for you to make this sacrifice, it's not right.
If not me, then who? No other is capable of sustaining the sacred flame.
True.
I possess great strength, but I'm not above my people. This is part of my duty.
Oh, now are we getting a cutscene?
Archon,
Yep.
it's the Fatui!
Nope, I'm talking during this one. The Fatui are here.
The Archon of
Oh,
Natlan.
shoot.
A force to be reckoned with.
Oh, this is the
The
captain.
secret of the ley lines is no secret to me. Long have they been
Okay, you
destined
just-
for
oh.
ruin.
Oh, she's bound up.
And since the
Are we gonna see
oath
the
made
final
5
already?
centuries ago remains unfulfilled,
In
use
5.0?
the Gnosis in your hands.
Okay.
I don't know what you mean. But it sounds like this is about more than the
Oh,
trees.
sunglasses are on.
In times of crisis, someone must pick up the mantle of salvation. Your plan has reached an impasse, and now it falls to me to create new rules for Natlan. But before the dawn of a new age, the old must be destroyed.
Yep, we're getting the fight.
I assume that's the end of your speech? Good. People like us. Let our blades do the talking!
Once again, amazing music. Oh, she's got the power up. Oh, shoot. I did not get a very music is. Okay, I know this is a video game with anime logic, but how do they fly? Malvika I can get it, but how's Capitano flying? Either way, I'm sure firework on. Yeah. Where'd her weapon go? Hello, Jason. Hi, hi, hi. How are you doing? You arrived at a great time, I think. Whoa, wait. Where did Capitano go?
Masters of the Night Wind. Send word. The captain and his followers must be apprehended.
Okay, first up, go Malvika. Showing off why she's the god of war. But yeah, hello Jason,
alright,
hope you're doing
Archon?
well.
He was a formidable opponent. Exactly what I would expect from the first of the Fatui
I'm sad that my team and I haven't made it time CC Rising.
Never
Yeah, I'm
imagined
really
someone
sad as
could match you
well.
in combat.
I am sadly not one of the
If
chosen
the
10.
Tsaritsa sent him here, why would he bring up
But
what
there is
happened
always
5
next year,
centuries ago?
so
Yeah.
the most we can do for the
And
time
how
being is
much
wish
does
the
he know about
the current team's
Natlan?
luck. And
The
hope they
Harbingers are
put on the
driven
best
by
performance
their
that
own
they can,
personal
because
goals.
that's all we can
The
really
only
do.
purpose that unites them is collecting the Gnosis. But I'm sure the captain has his own reasons for being here as well.
Yeah. Well,
Whatever his motive, we should shift our
we
focus
can
to the
try again as
Fatui.
many times as
If they
necessary.
attack
It'll be
again
fine.
and we're not prepared, we're done for.
No, we're running out of time. The wound I inflicted should hold him back and weaken him for the time being. Besides, I'm sure you noticed, the power that came to his rescue just now came from the Masters of the Night Wind.
In other words, there are traitors among us.
Not necessarily. This could prove to be a very valuable turn of events.
But yeah, for those
When we
just coming
exchanged final
in
blows,
to
I sensed an
kind of
unusual
recap
presence
what's
within
going
him.
on
I'll need to
in
investigate
this quest,
further. Kanich, go to the
the
Masters
5
of the Night
winners
Wind and
of
look into
the
who could have aided the captain. Speak to
pilgrimage,
Seat
which is this big
She
old
should
tournament,
know.
went to fight the
Of course.
Abyss.
I'll head out
4
right
of them
now.
came back, one of them
Do you
died.
still intend
We
to-
tried reviving the
Yes.
one that didn't come back,
But
and it
fear not.
failed. So we're currently trying to investigate what the heck happened that caused the one person to not get revived.
Natlan's strength has
and bring 'em
never
back.
rested solely in its
Because if they
Archon.
spend too long wherever they are, bad stuff happens.
Together we foresaw the only path that leads to our nation's future. We
Oh yeah, and
must trust in
apparently
that vision.
the Archon of Natlan is Yang Xiaolong from Ruby. There's also that. I will say that Ruby is an amazing show.
Is
I
everything
have
okay,
yet to
Archon?
finish it because I completely forgot where I left off. But it's fine.
Completely fine. Just lamenting the fact that I never got a picture when I could still turn my hair into flames. Too late now.
Yeah,
I just
it's
hope
fine.
the others have a safe journey.
Oh yeah, I was gonna talk about the pyro energy stuff. So, Malvika earlier said that there's an extreme shortage of pyro energy. Pyro being fire, for those who are not familiar with Genshin's element system. So right now, by this point we were supposed to have the power of
What's
fire.
happening at the stadium?
We
Did
couldn't
something
get it.
explode?
It feels like the Archon unleashed her power. She must be fighting a formidable opponent.
I would wager
Should
so.
we go back and check what's going on?
Kachina doesn't have that much
Have
time.
faith in the Archon. She wouldn't lose in a one-on-one confrontation.
Once we find Kachina's ancient name, we'll head right back.
Yeah.
Okay, let's just keep climbing. Emma really hopes nothing goes wrong.
Don't jinx it. But yeah, we were supposed to get fire powers, and I'm guessing that the reason why we couldn't is because not enough of that elemental energy is flowing to where it needs to, so there's not enough energy on tap. Because in the last few nations, lag. Okay, there we go. But yeah, in the last few nations, we were able to get cool new elemental powers. So I'm guessing, yeah, so I'm guessing that here we don't have enough of that elemental energy on available to actually make it to where we can get cool fire powers. So once we deal with the Abyss, then there will be enough elemental energy on tap, and then we can get our fire powers. That's my currently ongoing theory
That's Wyna,
as to
the tribal
what's
chief.
going on.
Let's head over to him.
But yeah, now that I've talked about what I wanted to talk about, we can focus on the Archon quest.
Chaska.
Nice to see you again, Wyna.
I like his glasses.
I'm afraid we don't have time for pleasantries, so I'll get right to it. We're here for the Spirit Speaker Stone.
Whoa, hold on a second. At least tell me why you need it first.
But yeah, if you
My
guys are
friend
enjoying this
Kachina
episode
is
so far,
trapped
follow
within
us
the
up.
Night
I need
Kingdom.
to get these numbers up.
We need the stone to find her ancient name and rescue her.
Rescue her? From the Night Kingdom?
That's right.
I'm sorry, but someone needs to tell you what you don't want to hear. Going there. A mature warrior would never make such a foolish decision. The nature of battle is unpredictable. You never know how it's going to end. Losing a friend is tragic, but when that happens, the best thing you can do is focus on how to prevent further casualties.
I
Sorry, let's click
appreciate what
add
you're trying
answer
to
DM.
say, Chief Wyna. But if the price of maturity is abandoning a friend in need, I'll choose foolishness any day. If Kachina's still holding on, then so will I.
I thought you might say that.
Well, Lonnie's extremely
Is something wrong,
determined.
Wyna? This doesn't seem like you.
Also, it's fully confirmed that
Life isn't
Chaska
complete
is
without taking
Animo,
risks.
meaning
That's
wind
always been your
powers.
mantra.
She does not have
It's
ice
nothing.
powers like we
The Night
initially
Kingdom is a
theorized.
dangerous
She
place.
has wind powers.
Can't blame me for checking if you were up to the task. If you're that determined, far be it from me to stop you. Here's the stone. Keep it safe,
Yeah,
okay?
that looks pretty.
It's not like we have a spare.
Thank you.
Huh. Seems like you two go way back. But aren't you from the Flower Feather Clan, Chaska?
Oh, Chaska's a peacekeeper, so she's famous throughout the tribes. She's always the one people call to resolve conflicts, so we slowly got to know each other that way. Her younger sister Quichi's always hanging around our tribe, too. She's helped us out a lot in the past.
Oh, you have a younger sister?
Yes, I'll introduce you to her sometime. But let's get back to business. Wyna, how do we use the stone?
As you probably know, your intended destination is completely different from the real world. The Night Kingdom is like a river flowing with concepts, and the ancient name you seek is like a tiny fish swimming downstream. In that sense, the stone is like a fishing boat drifting down the river, but the boat alone isn't enough. You need a fisherman experienced enough to steer it in the right direction.
So we'll need someone who
We couldn't
knows the
do that
the Night
ourselves.
Kingdom well enough to
With a little
actually
practice,
guide
I'm
us
sure you
through.
could. You have the strength and the talent. If you want to make sure this works, though, I could recommend someone to you.
That's fair.
Who?
Vichama, a legendary warrior and scout from our tribe.
Bichama, okay.
He's
I'll
got
try
a
to
keen
remember that
eye
name.
and a well-honed intuition. Even his ancient name means to seek. If you're fishing for a name, you're gonna want him on the boat.
Bichama? Why does that name sound familiar?
He's one of Auntie Atea's hot spring buddies. I've heard stories about him. Where can we find him?
Ever since Malco passed, he spends most of his time gazing out at the scenery from the cliff tops. Follow the path that way, and I'm sure you'll find him.
Thank you.
I can't
We'll
get
go look
enough
for
of
him
how
there.
good this music is. Good grief.
Good luck. I hope everything goes well.
I hope so too. Alright, let's look for Bichama. And I have almost all of the teleport points collected. I literally just need one more. Okay, he should be around this way. Yep, there he is.
Someone admiring the scenery from the cliff tops. Ah, that must be him!
And also another person with an outfit that I really
Hello there, are you
want to see if
Bichama?
I can look good in.
That's me. Did you need something? What? You're saying you can bring someone back from the Night Kingdom? How is that even possible? No, if you really think about it, anything's possible in that kind of place. But that would mean...
Putting ourselves in extreme danger?
You don't look so good.
Everything's fine. I'll help you, but I do have a small request. After I help you
what's
find
up?
Kachina's ancient name, I want to use the stone to look for my friends as well.
Your friend? Oh, why not mention someone named Malco? Is that who you're talking about?
Yeah, I think so, but there's a bit of an issue
Yes,
with that.
but I'd rather not get into it if it's all the same to you.
That's not a problem. We agree to your request.
Yeah. Since you're helping us find Kachina's ancient name, it's only right that we return the favor.
True.
Then we're
We can
agreed.
at the very least try.
Can I have a look at the stone?
But if Malka's been dead for 5 years, then there's a chance he might not be able to come back. But we'll see.
I see. From what I can tell, it functions almost like an abyssal pylon. Both connect the Night Kingdom to the living world. Once the connection is established, the abyss will come surging through the opening like a predator honing in on the scent of blood. So we have to be sure not to use it in a tribal settlement.
Wow, you got all that just from looking at it?
I just picked up on the basics, really. I still have no idea why it works. You said someone named Lali invented this. They must be a genius. I'll go find an open area and start setting things up. In the meantime, I need you to get 2 things for me.
We'll go right away.
Yeah, sure.
What do you need?
First, I'll need some hook ropes. Pretty much every store around
Hook
here
ropes.
carries them, so no need to go anywhere special. Oh, and I need to build a net out of them, so make sure you get a good amount.
Wait, are you saying you're going to use a real net to catch Kachina's ancient name? How does that work when one's tangible and one's not?
Maybe it has to do with concepts?
By creating something tangible in our world, like a net, we can create a connection to a corresponding concept in the Night Kingdom. Basically, I'm going to use the concept of a net to catch something equally intangible, an ancient name.
Okay.
I see. What about the second thing you needed?
Right. I need one No, 2 chunks of obsidian. Once we bring the ancient names into our world, we'll need a place to store them.
Okay.
Normally, you can only get obsidian from the Children of Echoes, but I heard there's a traveling merchant from that tribe around here somewhere, so maybe you can try your luck there.
Gotcha!
Alright, so bunch of hook
All right,
ropes and
let's
2
split
pieces
up.
of obsidian.
See that clearing? Let's meet over there
I
when
think
you're
I
done.
can remember that.
Oh, and you can send someone with me if you want. In case you're worried I might take the stone for myself.
What do you think, Chaska?
There's no need. Lena spoke highly of you. That means you're trustworthy.
Alright.
I appreciate it, even though that doesn't mean much to me anymore.
And I'll stay well,
Anyway,
Vichama's kinda cute.
it'll take some time to set everything up, so no need to rush. I'll see you in a bit.
I said nothing.
What an odd guy. He seems so defeated, but also really invested in the stone at the same time.
I don't have
That's
any more
true.
insight than you, Paimon. Let's just focus on the preparations for now. Hang on, Kachina. We're coming for you.
Alright. But yeah, hook ropes and obsidian. Where do we need to go?
Watch your footing.
Okay, go this way, over here. Whee. Ooh, spin crystal. Need those. Oh, I'm guessing you're who I need to talk to?
Hello. Do you have any hook ropes for sale?
Hook ropes? As in rock climbing equipment?
Yep.
Yes. How much
Bunch
for
of
your
it.
whole stock?
Oh, the whole thing? Let me see. That would be 30,000 more in total. Deal?
Deal.
Wait, really?
What, you want me to drive down the price? We just need these as fast as possible. Thanks.
Oh, no problem at all. I'll even pass along some information on the house. These
Oh.
ropes are usually used by rock climbing enthusiasts. If you want to learn, Roka's the person you want to ask.
Roka. Okay.
All right, that's everything. Here you go.
Now we need the obsidian. Let's go talk to the traveling merchant Vichama mentioned.
Who's conveniently right there. Okay. Let's see if you have enough
Excuse
obsidian
me.
for us.
Do you sell obsidian?
Why, yes. I've got a chunk for sale right over there.
Perfect.
Nice.
Is that the only one, though? We actually need 2.
That might be tough. Tell you what, I'll take a look through these boxes over here and we'll see what we can find.
Thank you so much. We'll wait here.
I'm kind of curious why obsidian is the
Everything's going according to
stone
plan.
that they chose.
I know, it's just... I could tell Vichama feels the same way about his friend that I do about Kachina. I hope this chunk of obsidian isn't the only one.
Yeah, that would kind of
Kachina
stink.
always carries all sorts of shiny stones with her. If I was the one trapped in the Night Kingdom, she'd have a whole pile of obsidian ready in a heartbeat.
That's kind of sweet.
Well, would you look at that? I did bring an extra.
Oh, cool.
Here you go, young lady. How does it look?
Beautiful.
Perfect! Thank you. How much do I owe you?
If you hadn't shown up, these stones would have just sat here collecting dust. I'll take 3,000 more of for both.
That's only
Here you
1,500.
go.
Yeah, it's
By
only
the way,
1,500
I heard
per.
you mention Vichama just now. You running an errand for him then? How's he doing? Malco's been gone for 5 years now. It's about time he started to move forward.
Do you know what happened between them?
I heard about it in passing while I was out drinking one night. but I don't know all the details. Bichama and Malco grew up together, and even made a name for themselves together. Malco was an
They're like
amazing
thick as
fighter,
thieves.
capable of knocking out multiple opponents in a single hit, while Bichama excelled at scouting and analyzing the battlefield. The two made an excellent team, and managed to beat back the Abyss several times. 5 years ago, they both emerged triumphant in the pilgrimage, and were placed on the same team to fight the Abyss. But on the eve of battle, the Abyss launched an attack on their tribe, and Bichama suffered an injury to his leg while attempting to rescue someone.
Then what happened?
The team agreed that he couldn't fight the Abyss in his condition. Bichama didn't argue. He knew going to the front lines with an injured leg would make him a burden in battle. So they raised the issue with the Pyro Archon, and she agreed to let him stay behind. It's just... Malco and the others ended up facing hordes of abyssal monsters in numbers that far exceeded anyone's expectations. The team made an error in judgment, and they fell to the onslaught. Vichama went into a deep depression after that. He blames himself for everything.
Yeah, that's kind of the thing with the whole Ode of Resurrection thing. If the whole team goes down, then they can't be revived. The Ode requires that at least one person from the team comes back. So, if the entire team fell, then that doesn't bode well for Malco. It was an impossible situation. It doesn't sound like it was his fault.
You're not wrong. But it's possible he chooses to blame himself. Not because he did something wrong, but because he wasn't able to do anything at all. I've tried convincing him to move forward, to stop dwelling on the past. But the shadow of Malco's death hangs over him still. The Abyss has caused so much suffering, and some wounds never heal. I wish there was something he could do to make himself feel better. But... anyway, that's the gist of it. Maybe you could help him talk things through sometime. I would really appreciate it.
Just gonna quickly see if there's anyone I can raid once this episode's done. I have a couple options.
No one can catch me.
But we'll check again at the end of the episode. I do have one person that I very well could raid, but I don't know if I'm going to end up going through and raiding them or not, so I'll figure it out.
The damned will sooner die again than lay a hand on me.
So I just need to answer everything. Okay, so I need to head up here. Out of curiosity, how many Pyroculi do I have? I'm losing track as to how many I have to. Okay. So that means I think I need 5 more before I can get the next level of the statue. So, yeah. Alright, now I have have to meet Pajama.
Did you get everything?
Yep, it's all here. When do we start?
I've made all the necessary adjustments, so we're good to go.
Alright.
As agreed, I'll help you find Kachina's ancient name, and then you return the favor.
Could I ask
Go
a
ahead.
question? Are you seeking your friend's ancient name for the same reason as us?
Yes. After Malco fell, I scoured the battlefield to see what happened. It turned out he wasn't bested by some impossibly powerful foe. He was dragged to his grave by the sheer number of enemies. If I had been there, I would have been able to sense the danger. I could have warned them not to advance. I've always blamed myself for what happened. But when you told me about Kachina, I realized there's a chance Malco might also be alive, fighting for survival in the Night Kingdom.
Yeah, but there's also a
That
huge time
happened several
difference.
years ago, right?
Yeah.
The Pyro Archon said all life within the Night Kingdom eventually becomes one with the Sea of Souls.
There might not be much hope, but I still have to try. Malco and I promised each other, even if we never managed to root out the Abyss for good, we would fight together until the end. All right, let's
That's
get to
loyalty.
it. I'll start searching for the conceptualized version of Kachina's ancient name. If you see any fragments scattered around the area, please collect them.
Alright, zin up so I can so I can lock in.
Make sure you prepare yourselves for battle. As I said, the stone will link the mortal realm to the Night Kingdom. The Abyss will likely emerge in response.
Gotcha.
Many mortals fear.
Look at that golden thing. It must be one of those fragments Vichama mentioned. Let's get closer.
No! That wasn't fast enough. Okay, there we go, got him. So yeah, we need to move, and I'm guessing fill that meter up all the way.
Whoa, monsters incoming! Watch out, everyone!
Now you caused him to disappear out there.
Clouds high. The birds come.
Teamwork is true!
Evil
Alright, fine.
Worthless. Worthless. Here. Worthless.
Come on. Ah. Didn't go fast enough.
Wipe out. Water jet. Into the wind. Fallen leaves. Adorn my.
There we go.
Useless.
Throw the dinosaur, and boom.
How much longer, Vichama?
Not long. We're getting close.
Gotta go fast. I don't even know if I collected that one. There. A few more should do it. Alright, last one. There we go. Alright.
Vichama!
Did we do it? Yes!
Quick,
There
take
it is.
I found Kachina's ancient name. Hang in there, Malco. Just a little longer.
Uh-oh.
Something's not right. The power of the Abyss is getting stronger.
That's not good.
The Abyss is corroding his body. Vichama, you can't keep going. You'll die.
I should have died 5 years ago.
Well, that's kind of somber.
I just need a little more time. Please, I'm almost there.
Understood.
Thank you.
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that we have the fun little power of basically canceling out this dark power. It's never 100% understood why we can do this, just that we can do this.
This power.
Hanging in there?
We're running out of time. But yeah, this ability that we have has come in handy.
We can't wait any longer. Pull him away
Quite a
from the
bit.
stone, Mualani.
But we haven't used
I already
this
tried,
since the
but
first
the power of the
region
abyss has
of
him in a
the
chokehold.
game.
It's like he's tied to the stone with an invisible rope.
In that case, we have no choice.
I'm sorry, Sea Lolly.
What are you gonna
Get
do?
back!
Oh, you have a bow.
Chaska, wait!
Okay, that doesn't look like the 4-star craftable bow, so is that another weapon we can get later on?
It looked like the spirit speaker's stone was...
The stone's power was spiraling out of control. The only way to stop it was to destroy it. You were all caught in the shockwave of the explosion. You might feel dizzy for a while, but that's normal.
Give us a heads up next time, will you? You're lucky we managed to dodge it in time.
I mean, she did say
I
get
said to
back.
get back.
Yeah, barely a second before you made it go poof. Not everyone has your reflexes, Chaska. We were this close to getting dragged into the explosion.
That's fair.
Okay, I'll be more careful next time.
At least Kachina's ancient name is still in one piece. Wait, where's Vichama? Vichama!
Oh, there it is.
Vichama!
I couldn't find Malko's ancient name. It must be completely gone by now. Once your ancient name disappears, there's no coming back. From the very beginning, I knew there was a slim chance, but still. And now... it's too late to save him. From the minute he left that day, it was already too late.
I almost want to give Vichama a hug, just
sure
for
he's
what
heard enough
he had to
condolences
go
over
through
the
for
years.
5 years.
Let's just give him some space.
Yeah, that works too.
Huh? What's that in your hands, Vichama? It looks like something's glowing.
This is...
That's not an ancient name. So what is it? Whoa.
Hey, Malko. Got any strength left?
Not enough to swing a sword, but to say a few last words? Sure.
Too bad. No one will get to hear them. I never thought I'd actually die on this mission. Not that I'm afraid to die. It's just... hard. Thinking about my mom's face when she hears the news.
Guess I have something to be thankful for then. My parents died a long time ago. They won't have to mourn me.
And there's a continuation of the long-standing rule that everyone in this community knows. The prettier the region, the darker the story.
Pisak! Always had to beat me at everything, didn't you? Right to the end, you were never one for goodbyes. Maybe you're right. Maybe no one will get to hear our last words. But just in case... Vichama, I'm so glad you didn't come with us. Don't be sad. Just keep on living. For the both of us.
Was that a memory?
I think it was.
Seems like we were able to salvage something after all.
Feeling any better, Vichama?
seeing him, hearing his voice again, it makes me unbelievably happy. But it also brings with it an even deeper pain.
A deeper pain? Why?
Malco was always the type to put on a brave face. But in that memory just now, his hands were shaking, and his smile was forced.
Really?
For all these years, I regretted not being able to fight alongside him to the end. And now I know, at the end of his life, he was thinking the same thing.
Vichama.
I'm fine. Actually, I heard Chief Wyna wasn't really on board with your plan to go to the Night Kingdom.
Yeah,
And
he was
last
kind
from
of
my help,
he was
I
kind of fighting
hesitated
us for
too.
that one.
I knew helping you find your friend's ancient name meant leading you one step closer to danger. But I also understood why you had to try. Everyone has regrets in life, but not everyone gets the chance to make up for them. Once allowed to fester, guilt strips us of our most valuable qualities as warriors. In that sense, we might as well choose the braver path from the very beginning.
A more courageous way.
If I could do it all over again, I would have followed Malco to the front lines no matter what. Even with an injured leg, there were still things I could have done. That way, even if the outcome stayed the same, I still would have fought alongside him to the end.
Okay, that was
There
kind
are
of weird.
critical junctures in life, and if you don't seize the chance to act, there's no going back. That's something I had to learn in hindsight. But you're still at the crossroads of your journey, so I hope you can walk away without regrets.
Thank you, Vichama. I feel even more determined now. Kachina will come back to us. I'll make sure of it. I promised I would find her, and I intend to keep that promise.
That's good to hear. Strange. My body, it's...
Once abyssal corrosion enters the body, a portion will fuse itself to your internal organs. Even though the Traveler possesses powers of purification, the corrosion can never be fully eradicated. Thanks to him, though, you were only briefly exposed. Slowing your breathing and controlling your emotions should help you keep the symptoms in check.
That does make me feel better. You seem very knowledgeable about all this.
Just speaking from experience, that's all.
Anyway, we've recovered Kachina's ancient name, so we're off to a great start. Let's get Vichama back to his tribe and tell Wyna the good news. Oh, and apologize for destroying the Spirit Speaker Stone. We had no choice, though, so he'll probably understand. Right?
Hopefully. Here's hoping. Oh, she doesn't look happy.
Koichi, are you really gonna just stand there like that? I don't know what you want from me.
I think you know exactly what I'm trying to say, Uncle Wyna. I can hear it in your voice.
Honestly, it's just one thing after another with you two. Huh. They're back.
Yo.
Koichi?
We did the thing.
What are you doing here?
Don't play dumb with your own sister. You know exactly why I'm here. My apologies, everyone. I just need to borrow Chaska for a few minutes. You come with me.
She seems angry.
I'll be just a moment.
I'm guessing that's the sister that Chaska mentioned earlier?
Who is that?
Koichi, Chaska's younger sister. Although the two aren't actually related by blood, it's kind of a long story.
Right, she did call herself Chaska's sister just now, but it feels like there's more to the story.
It's not really my story to tell, but I guess it's not a secret. You see, Chaska was actually raised by cuckoo sores.
She was
She
raised
was
by
afflicted
saurians.
with a rare disease when she was a child, and abandoned in the wild as a result. The Abyss found her out there, all on her own, and tried to devour her. But in the end, all that did was trigger her will to live. That strength of will pushed her to survive, but it also planted a seed of conflict within her. Eventually, she was adopted by the cuckoo source. Wherever they went, she followed, getting into fights right and left.
For some reason, Paimon can totally imagine that.
Well, when Chaska finally returned to human society, it was Koichi's parents who adopted her. At the time, Chaska still had a habit of getting into fights, so Koichi was always taking her around, apologizing to everyone.
Ah, I remember those days. One of those fights was definitely with me. But, you know, kids. You're fighting one minute and your friend's the next.
Yeah.
Eventually, she found a way to rein in that desire to fight. And now she's who people call to resolve conflicts. She's known as the Peacemaker.
So
It
that's
sounds
how
like
she got that
still
name.
argues with Koichi, though. Don't siblings usually stop fighting when they get older?
That's partly my fault.
I mean,
Koichi
my
asked me to
brothers
stop
and I
Chaska from
no
doing
longer
anything
fight
dangerous.
or
But
have
you
any sort of
probably know
conflict,
by
but that's
now,
because we
once
hardly ever
Chaska
speak
makes
to
up
each
her
other.
mind,
So
there's no changing it.
yes, while that does kind of hold true for some
No wonder you tried to
siblings,
talk us out of going to the Night Kingdom.
that's not going to hold true for all of
Chaska
them, and
even
even if
said
it
that
does, the
wasn't like
reasonings
you.
could be wildly different.
I'm all for your adventure. You need to take risks when you're young.
I mean, I'm pretty
Because
sure
by
I
the
still
time
haven't
you're
even
my
told
age, you
my
couldn't attempt something like
older
that even if
stepbrother
you
that I'm
wanted to.
bi, which is
Better
something
try now
I
than
really
live
should
with
do.
regrets later. That's what I say.
Because he's
Still,
kind of supported me
I can
through thick
understand
and
where
thin,
Koichi's
so
coming from. In the end, nobody wants to
that's
sit
definitely
back
something
and let
that
a
he
loved one put their life on the line.
deserves to know.
All right, it's just the two of us now. You have 1 minute to explain yourself.
I don't have anything to say. You don't have to approve, but you should know I only do what's necessary.
That attitude is exactly the problem. It's like you don't care. You try to sneak off to the Night Kingdom behind my back and then play it down as if it's just a trip abroad.
I mean,
Well, technically I am going abroad, right?
that is that's a good point. But also the reasoning is pretty serious.
We
Someone
agreed,
died.
didn't we? There are
Someone
4
fell in
levels
battle.
of danger. If it's not something urgent, you can only engage in level 2 danger and below. You can only go up to level 3 if a situation is so dire there's absolutely no alternative. But a trip to the Night Kingdom? If that's not a level 4, I don't know what is. And you were just going to sneak into the place without saying anything.
Pretty
What
much.
do you mean sneak into the place? I always planned on walking in there with my head held high.
You bought off Uncle Wina, didn't you? He promised me he'd stop you from doing anything dangerous. Oh, it's like he didn't even try.
You feel like he went back on his word. What if I told you my mind was made up, and there was nothing he could have done? Not even by force.
Oh, I knew it! So he did try to say something, but you didn't listen.
This is important. If you were in my shoes, you'd make the same decision.
You don't know that? I'm a doctor, and I handle logistics. If you're going to waltz into a dangerous situation where you could lose control at any moment, it's my duty to say something.
And it's my duty
right,
to do
whatever.
it anyway.
Anything else?
I'm kidding.
You...
Kind of.
What do you mean, anything else? Why don't you reflect on what you've done and promise me you'll stay put?
Time out. Is this one of our normal arguments or a serious one?
Chaska, does it sound like I'm joking?
Then, need to know something. What happened to Kachina was partially my fault. I can't leave her there to die. That's not who I am.
But the person you become when you lose control, that's also not who you are.
That's a different issue. You said it yourself. A person is only as good as their morals. If I want to live in Natland, I need to display qualities that make me worthy of this nation.
I've also told you that managing your condition is equally important.
Sometimes you have to make sacrifices. All right, let's stop this here. If we keep going, I might actually have to get serious. And I think Wyna prefers his roof attached to his house.
Is that a threat? That sounds like a threat to me.
Koichi! Younger sisters are supposed to listen to their elders.
Oh, shut her down.
So, you're really going to go, no matter what I say?
Pretty much.
I'm supposed to be your sister.
Then support me. I'll be back. All you have to do is wait.
Chaska. So, that's it. Why'd you have to turn out to be so darn annoying?
Life's weird.
You two are something else.
Something you wanted to say?
I know you aren't related by blood, but you two sure are similar.
Really?
You know, I said that very thing to Koichi not too long ago, and she reacted the exact same way, down to the very tone of voice. It's not my place to get involved, but I will say this. Try to spend a little more time with your sister. You're tough kids. That doesn't mean you have to go it alone.
Thank you.
Anytime. All right. If you're done with the Spirit Speaker Stone, you might as well hand it over. According to Kenichi, it's an important ceremonial artifact, so it'd be safer to keep it with me.
We kinda...
About that...
We kinda broke it.
If only Tone-Deaf Bard was here, he could have repaired it just like the Holy Liar.
It might be in a few more pieces than you remember.
We broke it.
Huh? I see. Sounds like it was an urgent situation. If someone's life was on the line, then you had no choice. Still, Citlali's going to be a nightmare to deal with now that you've broken her stuff. I'll explain everything to her later. Stay safe out there in the Night Kingdom, okay? I'll wait here for your safe return.
Where's the cursor? Okay, here. Ooh! Oh, we are almost ready. We are almost there. That means I have to go to world level 9. If I want to claim things. Boo. Okay, whatever. We need to... we need to bring the ancient name to Mavuika so that she can do her thing. Where do we need to go? Ah, here. Speaker Chamber. Oh shoot, we're almost at 2 hours. Hopefully we can burn through this bit quickly. What happened at the stadium?
Well, it's fairly complicated. Let me give you the condensed version.
Sounds good.
The Fatui again? We can't go anywhere without them causing trouble.
But what if the Fatui finds out you've lost your power? Won't they try to take advantage of the situation?
That's why it has to be our little secret. No one else can know, or we're asking for trouble.
I really like her eyes. They're very pretty.
Look, I wish I could offer you some sort of consolation, but I won't lie to you. With multiple
I know that given my
factions
preference for
closing in,
men,
there's
I'm
nothing
calling
comforting
Malvika
about the situation
pretty
we're
a lot, but
facing.
look at her.
Still, all you
She's
need to
very
do
pretty.
is focus on your goal.
I'm
You can
allowed
leave
to
the
say that.
complicated matters to me.
I can
Just
also
because I
step
have
in
a
on the
preference
Pyro
for men
Archon's
doesn't mean I
behalf.
can't like
There's
women.
a limit to what I can accomplish, but I'll help you however I can.
There's no need to be so modest, Yan-san. Your incredible strength has long been a well-known fact. You're the pride of your tribe.
Once Yan-san releases, we're gonna have two Electro Beans.
You have so much
One
on your plate.
extremely
So
hated
much that you
and
have to worry
one
about.
hopefully
But all
not
I could do is
extremely
focus
hated.
on my own feelings.
You have nothing to be sorry about. We all get overwhelmed by our emotions, myself included. Your reaction to Kachina's disappearance, I understand that feeling very well. Well, now that we have Kachina's ancient name, let's go track her down. Follow me.
Alright. A lot of cool stuff.
What is this place? Hey, isn't that Atea's talisman?
Looks like it.
Good eye. This is where I store all the various mementos I've collected.
Whoa. I've never seen this place before. There's so many things in here.
It looks like there are items from every tribe. Collecting them must have taken a lot of effort.
I suppose you could think of it as a hobby of sorts. In Natlan, everyone grows up listening to the stories of heroes. And physical items do a far better job of preserving those stories than our own memory. Now, I still have some preparations to make for the ceremony, so feel free to take a look around in the meantime. If you're curious about an item, I'm more than willing to tell you about its origins.
All right, we'll have a look.
Here still. Good. Wait, do we have an achievement to... No. We do have mail, though, so let's crack that open. There we go. Examine the memories within the room. Do we have to, or can we just immediately talk to... Yep. We can just immediately talk to Malvika
Like
if we
I
want.
said, I still have some preparations to make for the ceremony, so feel free to take a look around in the meantime.
Okay,
If you're curious about an item, I am more than willing to tell you about its origins.
Okay, so looks like we have to take a look around the room, which kind of stinks. Also, looks like Streamlabs really is not taking this this room very well. Let's give it a few seconds. There are certain areas in Genshin that Streamlabs just does not like for whatever reason. And I'm guessing this is one of them. Alright, let's check this out.
This is Atea's talisman.
I'm sure you're familiar with this one already. Atea was rarely ever without it. The talisman brought her a lot of luck in battle.
Yes.
Hey, there's a fishing rod here. It must have belonged to the people of the springs.
That's right. It belongs to a legendary fisherman named Matavaru. I have his entire set of fishing equipment, actually. He and I met in a tavern. He told me about a particular kind of giant fish and his meticulous plan to catch it. In his eyes, I saw a hunger and a strong fighting spirit. To him, the sea was the battlefield upon which he staked his honor.
So, did he do it?
The next time I saw him, he was covered in scars. It turned out the fish he sought had been corroded by the abyss. He managed to kill the fish, but sustained a serious injury in the process, which meant he could never go deep-sea fishing again. Can a fisherman claim victory if he fails to bring back his catch? That's what he asked me in the end.
Well, Paimon thinks he won.
That was my answer as well. The experience was far more valuable than the prize itself. In the end, he didn't want his tools to go to waste, so he gave them to me.
Wait, that means you also know how to fish.
Maybe we can go head-to-head sometime.
Yeah, that'll be fun. Okay, what else can we... Oh, there's this over here. That looks like the, talking stick from the Battle Pass.
Whoa, this weapon is huge! Which tribe did it belong to?
Ah, that weapon belonged to Tenoch, a hero from 500 years ago. Strictly speaking, he didn't belong to any single tribe. That's because even before the disaster with the Abyss broke out, he had already been exiled.
Oh.
Exiled?
It was a punishment
Actually,
imposed out of necessity, but he accepted it all the same. He believed it was what he deserved.
I want to mute up and look that up.
When
Hold
the
on.
Abyss attacked, the tribes found themselves in urgent need of a powerful figure to lead them into the battle, and there was no one more courageous or resolute than him. He united the 6 tribes and accomplished great feats throughout the war. Ultimately, he perished, and because he had already lost his ancient name, the Ode of Resurrection was unable to bring him back. And so, he was laid to rest, alongside the countless warriors and civilians who lost their lives, buried in the soil of his native land.
Wow, he sounds like a true hero.
Indeed, even now, his story is told throughout the land.
Just looked it up, and yep, that's the talking stick. That is straight up the talking stick. Like this is the actual talking stick from the Battle Pass. I just looked it up, and the description of this weapon also mentions someone named Tenoch. So yeah, talking stick. There it is. Let's look at this. Oh, Johnson. I'm gonna close the tab to
Whoa, that
downplay
belt
the lag.
is bigger than Paimon's head.
The Collective of Plenty are known for their bodybuilding competitions and contests of strength. This belt is a symbol of great honor within the tribe. The association with strength might also have been the reason the original belt was extremely heavy. It was difficult for even 2 people to lift. And even if a warrior had the strength to put it on, wearing it for any length of time would still leave them gasping for breath.
Oh my.
Sounds like it.
So the owner of the original belt, Kitera, commissioned a craftsman to make a copy identical in appearance but far lighter in weight. That is the belt you see before you. He would often wear this version when training in order to protect his waist.
Or he made a lighter version so he could wear it all the time and show it off.
Paimon can't help but throw shade. What else have I not looked at? Alright, I think it's just this bit here.
There are so many jars and potions around here. Do they have anything to do with alchemy?
No, those belong to the Masters of the Nightwind. They're ceremonial tools used to amplify the ability to communicate with the Night Kingdom and the Wyab. Yamaya is an expert in this field, and she taught me a lot. Even though she appears stoic and serious, she actually has a keen sense of humor. The tools you see here are quite traditional. Her students found them outdated, so she passed them on to me. The contents of the jars aren't all that special. Oh, except the big jar in the middle. That's what she really wanted to give me.
What's in it?
Ooh, must be something really cool. What's inside?
Grape juice. It's quite tasty, although probably expired by now.
Probably, yeah. Juices don't have all that long of a shelf life. Or drinks in general. Because I know that the green tea that my mom always gets for me will only last like a month or like a month and a half before it expires. But of course it never actually lasts that long. Primarily because I end up drinking it long before it ever gets to the expiration date. And I think I've only had green tea, like that green tea expire on me like once or twice during the year or so that I've been
What do you think of my collection?
loyally
do you feel like
drinking
you have a
this
better
stuff.
understanding of Natlan's culture now?
Yeah, if each item represents a different story, seems like Natlan's really been through a lot.
Oh yeah.
Does every item hold a special memory, just like Atea's talisman?
That's right. The items in my collection actually serve a similar purpose to the ancient names passed down among the tribes. They demonstrate the true shape of time.
The shape of time?
Most people perceive time as a linear concept, almost like a straight line that can only move forward. We cannot change the past or predict the future. But
I can argue on the second one.
there's also a different theory, one that I believe to be closer to the truth. Namely, that the past, present, and future all exist at once.
At once? Paimon's not sure she understands.
Yeah, I don't fully
Let's say
follow
your journey
either.
ended right now. Thinking back on your experience in each nation, which one would you say was the most important?
I'd have to say all of them.
Exactly. Even at the end of your journey, the things you experienced along the way don't cease to exist. They become part of who you are. Take out a portion of that journey, and you would likely make very different decisions, and eventually arrive at a very different destination. The future is the same way. It exists even though it has yet to come to pass. We just lack the means to perceive it. Of course, there are those with the power to foresee the future. They simply call it by a different name. Fate. You're quite familiar with that concept, I would imagine.
Yeah, I know that concept all too well.
Kinda make sense. The future hasn't happened.
Nothing.
But already
Nothing.
exists.
I said nothing.
Humanity excels at living in the present. But too often we forget the past and neglect the future.
So ancient names record the past.
While the pilgrimage and the Night Warden Wars lead us to a better future. Only by uniting the people of Natlan across countless eras can we fight back against an enemy as formidable as the Abyss. To come up with such a set of rules, the first Pyro Archon must have possessed a level of insight I can only imagine.
So the first Pyro Archon created the rules of Natlan.
That's correct. At first, he was a mortal man with no special power. After he ascended to the divine throne, he used it to borrow power from the heavens and establish the rules of Natlan. Namely, a framework through which ordinary people can ascend to Archonhood. By holding the pilgrimage, we're able to determine the strongest among us. And when that person ascends to the divine throne, their inner flame will awaken.
Do they get
In
cool
addition,
like
the
that?
sacred flame will grant them significant knowledge and memory of this land. After all, that's how I came to know everything I just told you.
So, it all comes down to the power of the divine throne and the rules.
Seems like it.
Wait, is that a family portrait?
Yes. That's my mother, father, younger sister, and the little saurians we raised. I turned a piece of my dad's leather armor into a canvas and commissioned a famous artist to paint our likeness.
Your sister is so cute! It looks like the two of you are really close. Paimon was having a hard time thinking of an Archon as an ordinary person, but seeing this portrait, it kind of makes sense now.
Paimon.
It really doesn't look like there was anything special about you before. Oh, wait,
Hey.
is Paimon allowed to say that?
A little late for that question, don't you think?
Sorry, Paimon's so sorry. Paimon's mouth works faster than her brain sometimes.
I like Mavoi because she has
It's all right.
she has a fun sense
I'd
of
never
humor.
get upset over something like that. No matter what others may say, my past is a
Again,
precious
if we
part
said
of my
something like that to the
identity.
Raiden Shogun, she
I'm
would
forever proud of
cut
the
us in
life
half
I
without a
used to
second
live.
thought.
Becoming the Archon doesn't mean you sever ties with your family. The position just comes with a lot of responsibilities, so it impacts how often you get to see them. My father made the most delicious stew, so my sister would often
There we go.
bring me a large pot of his cooking, and we would sit on a blanket and eat it together. One time, we didn't close the door securely, and the saurians we were raising ran into the room and knocked over the entire pot.
Oh no!
My sister immediately burst into tears. The two troublemakers were going for the meat, but when they saw my sister's distress, they froze on the spot. I still remember the way they laid there, sulking like a pair of children, even after making such a mess. It was frustrating, but in the end, all I could do was comfort my sister and move on.
I honestly want a plush of one of the baby saurians. Because they're just so cute. Triggers my cuteness aggression.
Isn't that what being a family is all about?
Saurians are awesome.
I think about that story a lot, actually. As the Archon,
Yeah,
I
I
made
think
a
we're gonna end
vow
up
to
going into
defend this
overtime.
nation.
Shoot.
And experiences like that, they remind me
Going
exactly
into
what I'm
overtime
trying to protect.
is kind of weird.
Well, what happened after?
I don't really know why I call
This
it
portrait
overtime.
looks
It's
pretty
just
old. Your
it's
sister
just
must
me
be all grown up by
streaming for
now,
longer
right?
than my usual.
I believe she ended up working as an architect and artist. She built many houses and
But
crafted
yeah, however long
many
the stream ends
beautiful
is however
works
long
of
the
art.
stream ends.
Anyway,
Since it's the
that's
last one of
enough
the
about
weekend.
me. Now that the powder is settled, we can begin. Ian-san, Mulani, Chaska, over here, please. Place the ancient
yeah,
name
I'll
up
scrap.
there, and then we'll begin.
Yeah, all the lag.
Surely as the echoes of life resound through heaven and earth, so too shall our stories remain eternal. Ancient name, take us to your fated bearer. Allow her to answer our call.
Yeah, there she is. Kind of.
Am I hallucinating again?
Kachina, are you okay?
Huh? I'm not seeing things, am I? Is the Abyss playing tricks on me again?
Hopefully not.
It's okay, Kachina. It's just us. We're trying to find a way to bring you back.
Everyone, you have to listen to me. I've been investigating the Night Kingdom this entire time, and I figured out what's wrong. The Wyab is being affected by the Abyss.
That's not good.
I was waiting for the Wyab to send me back, but then this really strong monster came in and it almost killed me. The Wyab saved me, even though its power is weakening, so I've been hiding from the monsters while trying to find a way to help. The Night Kingdom has become a huge mess, though. I keep hearing these awful sounds and seeing really horrible things.
Don't listen to those sounds, Kachina. The Abyss is trying to strip you of your sanity.
As it
All you
always
need
does.
to do is stay safe and wait for us. We'll be there shortly.
It's okay. I feel so much better now that I've had the chance to talk to you guys. You don't need to worry about me. I've never been strong or special at all, really. So I don't blame anyone for forgetting about me or leaving me behind. Just knowing you care is more than enough. I'll find a way back. You don't have to put yourselves in danger to come rescue me.
Nope, too late. We already decided.
You're always like this, Kachina. Now's not the time to act tough. We're coming for you, and that's final.
Yeah.
I don't know what lies the Abyss has been feeding you, but I'll tell you something right now. Nobody here sees you as a burden. You're a victor of the Night Warden Wars, a hero of Natlan. All you need to do is wait for us to rescue you, and you'll get all the applause and recognition you deserve.
I'm really scared. Everything's so dark and creepy here. And I want to go home.
And we'll bring you home. It'll just take a bit of
I
time.
don't want you to put yourselves in danger because of me.
Too late.
I don't want to hold anyone back ever again.
Like you ever
All
did.
you need to do is place your trust in us, just like you always have. No one fights alone. We're not leaving you behind. Not ever.
Yeah, we're so close. We can't call it quits now.
Oh shoot. Ah, we're starting to lose connection. Shoot. Lost her.
Looks like we've lost contact. Now comes the most dangerous part. You have to traverse the Night Kingdom in your physical form. This entrance to the Night Kingdom was left behind after an abyssal invasion. Even a brief amount of time inside could expose you to corrosion.
I know. I'm prepared for that possibility.
All right, then I wish you all the best. I'll tell Koichi to be ready just in case. She's very experienced in dealing with abyssal corruption. That face you just made. Don't tell me you two got into another argument.
I just feel bad for creating more work for her.
I'll go with them too, Archon. The more people, the stronger the party.
Thank you so much for your help, everyone. It really means a lot that you're willing to brave these dangers with me. And there's no time to lose, so let's get going.
Now that I've lost my power, I won't be able to provide much practical support. But I can still keep an eye on the situation from here. Eon-san, I know it's unlikely, but if you encounter a situation you can't handle...
That won't happen.
I hope not.
Hold on, one of my mods just sent me a reel on Instagram. Oh yeah, this makes me a bad friend. But, in the whole hype of Natlan, I completely forgot to mention this. But, this past Monday, I think. Yeah, past Monday. Whatever day the 26th was, was the birthday of my mod, Alex. So if you guys are in chat, as of this very moment, or you're watching this on YouTube about 2 weeks later, just go ahead, wish him a happy birthday. He deserves it. He is one of my my precious mods, and it's kind of up to my mods to pretty much keep the peace in my chat and make sure that everything doesn't completely unravel. So yeah, my mods are honestly awesome. So I just wanted to like really quickly get the kudos out there. But yeah. But yeah, looks like we're gonna be heading into the Night Kingdom. So we can rescue the Geo Bean. And also, just from, like, that scene, like, that little bit, really is making me struggle, because now I really want to pull for Wolani. Like, I still have the guaranteed from a few updates ago, so I can get literally whatever 5-star I want now, provided that their banner is currently ongoing. But yeah, once I use up that guaranteed, the guaranteed, like, I can't go back on it. So I am going to be saving that guaranteed for Mavwika, because we do know that she's gonna be playable, because she is the Pyro Archon, and all Archons, as far as we're aware, are playable or will be in the case of Mavwika and the Saritsa. So yeah, I'm hoping to get Mavwika, and I'll hopefully get a constellation for this guy, so I can make him a little stronger. Cause I'm pretty sure he's C0 right now, right? Constellation 0? Yeah, he doesn't have any of these. So when Xiao gets another banner, we're planning on getting this. And a new polearm for him. Because 5-stars do have their signatures, like they do have signature weapons that work best with them, with a couple of exceptions. They'll either fit them aesthetically or in terms of the kit, or both.
So we're underneath Natland
Xiao's
right now?
signature does both.
It looks nothing like Paimon was imagining.
That's because in the distant past, Natlan was home to an incredibly advanced civilization ruled by dragons. Humans only established their own society after the fall of the dragons.
So these are Saurian ruins?
I don't think she's talking about the Saurians. I think she means actual dragons.
You mean like the elemental sovereigns? They had their own advanced civilization?
Yes.
Yep.
A really long time ago. Very few records have survived until now, so no one really knows what the devices here are for.
So we should probably be as careful as we
These ruins have been abandoned for a long time. But with the recent increase in Abyss activity, the installations around here have somehow been activated again.
So what you're saying is, we're not in for an easy trip to the Night Kingdom.
Nope.
No. It's going to be obstacle after obstacle from here on out.
Yay. Just what I wanted to hear.
Why are you all laughing like that? It's creeping Paimon out.
Everything creeps you out, Paimon.
Excitement kicking in, right, guys?
Yeah. Let's do it.
I'm eager to get started.
Adventurers live for moments like
Then
these.
let's go. We won't let anything stand in our way.
Yeah. Door of Resurrection. Nice. And here comes my favorite part. Becoming
Seems like the road
animals.
ends here. How should we get across?
By doing this.
Professional trainer, I think you could stand to build up your endurance, Paimon.
Boop.
Professional trainer? I
No.
thought you were a warrior from the Collective of Planning.
Well, that goes without saying. But
Okay,
I
God.
actually work as a sports coach. I provide professional guidance for many of Natland's popular sports. And
I love how the
don't
game
just
was
mean physical
literally
training.
like,
I
you know what,
design
close
nutrition
enough.
plans as well.
Ah, so basically no sugar, no soft drinks, no grilled meat.
Yeah, we'll be here all day if you list them out one by one. It's much faster to just focus on what's good for you.
Those guys look familiar.
We've fought them before. Let's go. Show no mercy.
That's never been the plan. Vishaps and Abyssal Saurians. Hey, about par for the course. Wait.
Everybody stand up!
The wind knows me. Lament!
Lag.
Worthless!
Wee.
Worthless!
Okay, there we go. Yeah, for some reason, Streamlabs really hates it whenever I enter combat in certain areas. Like, sometimes it's really smooth, sometimes it's just really bad. Oh, look, Streamlabs hates Spirit Ways
Place we
too.
need to go seems really high up.
Yep. Yeah, I'm sure we'll get there. Hello, Charles. Hello. We. Go away. Oh, good grief.
One with nature.
Why, Abyss Mages?
One with wind and cloud. Go!
These guys take forever to beat up.
Evil conquering.
Pogo stick.
Worthless. Worthless.
Go away.
Here.
Nice. Dig. Alright, looks like it's taking... It's kind of taking the Saurian stuff well. Which is good. Because it is kind of the, I could agree. It is kind of the, all-encompassing, gimmick for Natlan. Hold on. There we go. I had a feeling it would start dying soon. Okay, Chaska did warn us that it was going to be obstacle after obstacle, but holy cow, this is getting ridiculous.
Teamwork is dreamwork! Let's...
Bombs away!
Hydro Traveler's good if you put in an investment. Whee! Okay, I'm letting my husband finish it off. Whee!
Into the wind. Clouds high.
Kazu. Hydro Traveler do the thing, and swirl. Swirl time. Ow. Wait. Oh, chest. How many sigils do we have? 9. We have 9. But boy,
This is the final stretch. We just need to climb up, and we'll be there. Nothing to it. Easy for you to say.
Paimon, you can fly. I don't want to hear any complaints from you. Paimon has quite literally zero room to complain in terms of climbing.
This must be the entrance the Pyro Archon told us about. The one ripped open by the Abyss.
Yes. There's something in the depths of this place that feels familiar, yet also foreign.
We actually have to go in there?
Yep.
Okay, Paimon just needs to psych herself up. Don't push her through before she's ready.
We just have a smug look on our face. We're just like, yeah, we're gonna push her in. And Paimon's gonna hate us. But it's fine.
Hey! You don't have to drag Paimon! You're pulling too hard!
Well, he said don't push you. So we did the opposite. We pulled you.
Looks like we made it. This is the Night Kingdom.
It looks so different from what I imagined in the stories.
Weren't you just here? There's abyssal energy everywhere.
That overflow of energy is probably what trapped Kachina here in the first place.
From this point forward, everything we know about the real world no longer applies. Anything can happen here.
Gotcha.
Paimon's more worried about how we're gonna make it out. We obviously can't go back the way we came.
Do you see that patch of light on the ground?
True.
It's shining down from that fissure in the sky.
Oh yeah, right in front of us. So that's coming from up there? Oh, it's so high up. Did we really fall that far down?
Yes.
Just like I said, our real-world knowledge doesn't apply here. We fell all this way, yet came out completely unscathed.
Yeah, if real
If this was
world's
the
logic
real world,
applied,
we'd have
we
to
would
climb
all
our
be
way
dead.
back up to the entrance. But here, all we have to do is stand underneath the light and offer a prayer.
That's it?
Yeah. Don't try it now.
Right. We still got a job to do.
Yep.
So that means all we need to do is find Kachina and bring her to this location.
Exactly. This light is streaming in from the real world. It's a link between the two realms.
The terrain looks difficult to navigate, and the visibility's not great either. How are we supposed to find Kachina in these conditions?
Look up and check her name.
Black things don't look super friendly either.
Yeah,
Those are all
probably not.
manifestations of abyssal power. Be careful.
Ghost! A talking ghost!
Your voice sounds familiar to me.
Calm down. I'm here to help. You're the ones who helped Vichama, right?
Wait, does that mean you're...
Yes. I'm Vichama's friend, Malcolm.
Malco!
I was completely lost to this realm until I sensed a mysterious power calling out to me.
Yeah,
It was
your
seeking
friends
me out,
tried...
attempting to reassemble the pieces of who I used to be. Of course, it could only
Excuse
do
me.
so much. I'm sorry I can only appear before you in this imperfect form.
It's better than nothing.
No, we should be the ones apologizing. If the Spirit Speaker Stone hadn't become corrupted by the Abyss, we could have done much more. But we had to destroy it. Otherwise, Vichama and his tribe would have been in danger.
Of course. Thank you for protecting him. I never imagined that, even after all these years, he'd still take such a risk for me.
Yeah, he
Under
cares
the
a
power
lot.
of the stone, it felt like our souls were connected.
I don't know how to take
Turns
that.
out even our regrets were exactly the same.
Whether whether in triumph or death.
Why do I feel like the Genshin community is gonna take that line and run a mile with it?
Exactly. That may not be in the
Why-
cards for us,
why
but
do I have that
it's
feeling?
not too late for you. You're looking for a young girl from the Children of Echoes, right?
Yes.
She's being chased by an embodiment of abyssal power.
Uh-oh.
I'd like to help her while I'm still in this form, so follow me.
Gotcha.
Be careful. This place has been severely corroded by the abyss.
Yeah, we gathered as much.
Paimon didn't realize it had gotten this bad.
It's like a seething volcano ready to engulf our world at any moment.
Ouch!
Quick, get back here. Stick close to me.
Okay, yeah, thanks for killing off my husband. Again. I think I don't have any food, so...
Keep this up. Let's try another route. This way.
Is this retribution?
Ow. Jerk. Okay, fine. I guess we're not using Xiao today.
Not good. More monsters.
We
Great.
shouldn't waste our time on them.
Well, time for me to become a temporary traveler slash Kazuha main.
As one with wind and cloud.
Water jet! Yeah! 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 Yeah!
There. Holy cow, there's lag aplenty. Oh yeah, there's a door of resurrection, but you didn't... Door of resurrection? Like... Whatever.
Paimon can't see anything!
It's easy to get lost here. Just stick close.
Whatever. That doesn't sound good. Ah, boy. Well, we're dead. We're gonna die.
Did you hear that?
Yep.
What?
Bad things.
Never mind. It was probably just my imagination.
Don't scare Paimon like that!
Too late.
I heard it too. It was a voice from the abyss.
What did it say?
Scary
It
things.
doesn't matter. It certainly doesn't harbor good intentions.
I mean, yes, the abyss. Okay, now we can revive Xiao. Holy cow. I'm keeping him on the back burner, though, because he's, like,
Paimon just heard it too!
one solid poke away from death again.
Let's get out of this place!
Kachina! Child! And there's Rift Wolves. Because of course there are. Of course that means we can't get hit once, because if we do, Xiao's gonna die again.
We're here, Kachina! Honey? You made it!
Looks like our reunion will have to wait until we take care of these monsters.
Yep,
Good idea. Let's go!
let's do it.
Time to go.
Hello? Yes! Shoot! Seriously? Xiao literally cannot catch a break today. Ow. That's what you get. That was so stupid.
You're finally here!
Whatever.
Thank you so much! That monster can appear from anywhere. It almost caught me a bunch of times. The YF's power helped keep me hidden, so I just tried to stay out of sight until you got here.
Had a girl. You did so well. And most importantly, you weren't hurt.
Should we start heading back then?
That's a good idea.
Actually, I have a request. Will you come visit the YF with me? I
Sure.
can't exactly put it into words, but something's wrong with the Ode of Resurrection. And I know it has something to do with the contamination from the Abyss. That was the Pyro Archon's theory as well. Everything we've seen here certainly seems to back it up.
In the Night Kingdom, there are 6 main totem poles representing the Wyab of each tribe. You can think of them like the body of each Wyab. Additional totem poles, like the ones around here, serve as proxies to which the Wyab can extend their consciousness. There are countless proxies scattered around the Night Kingdom. Through them, the Wyab can extend their consciousness over the entire realm and track down souls no matter where they roam.
Oh, wow.
But if a proxy were to become severely contaminated, then a soul could become lost within the Night Kingdom.
Which is probably what happens with Kachina.
Judging by the current situation,
Or
I don't think we're dealing with just
the
one
EGO
contaminated
Wyab.
proxy. Even if we could drive back the abyssal power from one of them, that probably wouldn't even put a dent in the problem. Still, we can't just leave the Wyab to suffer. It's protected me this whole time.
Saving one is better than saving none at all.
I agree. We might even manage to draw out the monster that's been hunting Kachina.
Yep.
Getting rid of the monster might slow down the deterioration of the Night Kingdom.
Hello.
What's
How'd it
wrong?
go?
Nothing. Just a headache.
Alright.
And that voice again, telling me to abandon the Wyab and leave this place.
Maybe we really should leave. Kachina's already been here for too long.
No, I'm fine. I don't plan on listening to that nonsense. I can hold on. Just up ahead. I'll lead the way. Besides, I can still fight, so please, help me out a little longer.
Listen to me, Kachina. We'll come with you, but that's because we want to help the Wyab. Not because we have something to prove. You don't have anything to prove either. It's okay if you reach your limit. We'll be there for you.
All right. The sooner we get this done, the better.
We've already come all this way, so we might as well try to get to the bottom of this.
Let's go. This way.
Yes, sir.
I'll stay here and try to stall the Abyss monster.
All by yourself? That's too dangerous.
So's being here.
It's all right. I may not be as strong as that monster, but I'm definitely more familiar with the area. Besides, I don't have much time left. If you're anything like my friend, I'm sure you're not particularly fond of goodbyes. So go. Achieve your goal. Return to the world where you belong.
Thank you for everything.
You're a true hero.
Thank you. No one fights alone.
No one fights alone. Okay,
Does your head still hurt? Let me help you walk.
can can heal? Not really. You know what? That's better than nothing.
have stronger stuff than that.
I want to keep Kazuha out because he can swirl elements. So if we still need to fight, then
Time to go.
we'll be able to. Actually, no. I'm gonna keep the Traveler out because immersion.
Wyab? Wyab! I'm back! My friends and I are here to heal you. Wyab? Can you hear me? Wyab?
That is
So we were right.
a sound.
The contamination is already too severe. It's preventing the Wyab from answering our calls. Alright, get ready, everyone. Time to purge the abyssal energy from this place.
I'll help too.
Careful. We've got company.
Yeah, it's an
Alright.
abyss lector. Why? Why is it one of these things?
Courage in the face of futility is pure folly.
These things are such a pain.
He tried to get in my way, so I disposed of him.
You killed Malcolm?
He would have dispersed with or without me. Rather than worrying about him,
Concerning?
I would urge you to focus on yourself. You may have defeated others of my kind in the past, but underestimate me now, and it will be to your peril.
Are you the one behind all this?
The power of the abyss is intoxicating. The destruction it seeks captivates like a masterful work of art. I strive only for the opportunity to see it up close.
Well, you're up close. You saw it. Now let's heal it so we can get out of here and leave you alone.
Girl was an exception, but it turns out humanity is full of lambs willing to offer themselves up to the slaughter. That is the tragedy of your short lives. You understand nothing of all-encompassing power.
Scorching Star, can we just take our friend and leave?
Friendship, all empty ideas invented to give you a false
leave
sense
without a fight.
of self-worth. They possess no power.
I've already died
at
1,000
all.
times over. I don't want to die again.
The Pyro Archon created those grandiose ideals out of pure selfishness. Anything to avoid sharing power. Anything to avoid handing over the primordial gift to ordinary people like you.
Are you talking about we go to the first one?
Then ask yourself, why is the Pyro Archon strong beyond measure, while you, Kachina, remain so pathetically weak?
Kachina, give me your hand.
Or are we gonna play as these two and only these
I'm
two?
right here next to you.
If so, then we might have an easier time of it.
You're right.
If not, then
I have
we're
nothing
doomed.
to fear.
Because
I'm
I
not alone
love
anymore.
Xiao. He's amazing and so fun to play, but again,
You're right.
he's like,
Maybe comforting ideals don't
like
have any power.
flick him and he goes down.
But you also couldn't be more wrong.
He has very
You've
low health.
never had to work for your own strength, so you will never understand
And
the
I don't
true
have any
source
food,
of our power.
so... Or any health boosting food. I only have reliable
The courage we
food.
have to stand before you and not back down, it comes from
Which can
our
only be done.
friendship.
Which can only be used every couple minutes.
Power lies not in the ideal itself, but in our commitment to upholding that ideal, and in our decision to stand together and fight.
Well said.
Yeah.
Let's go, Kachina. It shouldn't take more than two of us to handle an enemy like this.
Sorry in advance, but you deserve what's coming to you.
There aren't many in Natlan who can beat us when we're together. It's time he got a taste of that kind of power.
Yeah. Let's do it. Okay, thank goodness.
Let her rip! Get
was fun.
We actually won!
Yeah. Nice job.
That's what he gets for underestimating you two.
Fantastic work, Kachina. Absolutely fantastic. This makes me so unbelievably happy.
I'm happy too, Mualani. Together we really are unstoppable.
We need to help out the Wyam.
What's happening? My ancient name is glowing? But I thought I didn't bring it with me.
It's probably a projection from the real world. But that doesn't explain why it's glowing all of a sudden.
Yeah, that's kind of weird.
Wait, does that mean you're...
That was a bold move, diving headfirst into the fire to save your friend, especially in a place so overrun with abyssal corruption. Still, seeing you pull it off was really something. Everything you said was exactly right. As isolated individuals, we stand no chance against the power of the Abyss. It took years' worth of scars and lots of unnecessary suffering for me to understand that for myself. The Pyro Archon's plan will unite us as one. Everyone has a part to play. Only then will we have the power to defeat the strongest of foes.
Who are you?
Tupac, a warrior from the people of the Springs. I fought against the Abyss during the invasion 500 years ago.
I've heard that name before. You were the giant who saved all of Natlan.
Since you were able to awaken my words from your ancient name, that means you have fully embodied the aspirations of the Wyab. Under the name Umoja, you shall unite the tribes and save Natlan from its impending doom.
Me?
As long as blood still runs through your veins, even the tiniest spark of steel against stone can ignite a flame. Its blaze will become one with our vision for Natlan. Even amid everlasting darkness, our bonds remain eternal.
Okay, credits to the VA who is in charge of Tupac's voice, because that was cool. Like, I didn't have anything to really say. Whoa, she's glowing.
What's wrong, Mualani?
Ah, so many memories. My brain was just flooded with everything he once knew. So that's what happened.
What do you mean? Did you just figure
Okay, so
something out?
Milani just started glowing.
500
Like,
years
she
ago,
just... Oh,
they
oh, she's no
foresaw
longer
the
glowing.
very
That's
crisis
fine.
we're facing now.
False alarm.
Efforts to save Natlan started all the way back then.
We can go over the details once we get back. We shouldn't linger here longer than we have to.
Really quickly. Does that mean you already know about this whole thing?
I know bits and pieces, but I had no idea Mualani was also part of the plan.
This sounds like something that's going to need a lot of explaining. Let's focus on saving the Wyab first.
Yeah, saving the Wyab sounds like a good idea. Abyssal corruption go out, elemental energy go in. did it.
Okay,
What do we say
that
about?
should be enough. Why up? Why up? Can you hear me?
I hear your voice, Kachina, my dear child.
Great. Well then, I'm afraid it's time to say goodbye. I just wanted to make sure you were okay before we leave, but we can't afford to stay here any longer. I was going to ask why you bestowed an ancient name upon someone like me, but it's okay. I'll keep searching within myself for the answer. I'll never stop trying to improve my strength. One day, I'll live up to the hero you saw in me.
You are already an outstanding child in my eyes, Kachina. No matter what happens.
Huh?
You are all my most beloved children. It has always been my honor to protect and nurture you.
That's
Your
actually really
ancient
wholesome.
name is just that. A name. Much like your parents chose to name you Kachina, I also gave you a name, but it need not define you. Focus on who you want to be. You are already worthy of your name. Now, you need only devote yourself to becoming a better you. The story
That goes for all of you
your
guys.
ancient name is for you
And I'll
to
want it.
continue. Just like
Constantly
your
strive to
parents,
be a better you.
My love for you will never
No matter what this world
change.
says.
No matter what the future holds.
Thank you, Wyatt.
It gladdens me to see the Pyro Archon's plan move another step towards completion. But it is time for you to leave this place. The situation here is getting worse. Go now, my children. Save Natlan on behalf of all you hold dear.
I know we've never met before, Wyatt, but I just wanted to say thank you for encouraging Kachina. It was exactly what she needed to hear.
Whoa!
Oh, shoot.
What's going on? An earthquake?
We're out of time. It's the power of the Abyss.
Whoa.
Quick, we need to run!
Yep.
It's a
Sealy.
Sealy! The Sealy opened the way for us!
Alright, we're moving. Go. Hello? Running. Ah, shoot. A bunch of spikes.
The opening in the sky! It's closing!
We need to hurry,
I don't know.
or we'll be stuck here!
I'm going as fast as I can. The game only allows me to move so quickly.
Watch out for the falling rocks! Quick, through the middle!
Okay, we did it. We're good. We're fine. Oh, cutscene. That glitches when I don't. When I, okay, there. Yo! Wait, are we holding prototype Rancor? Shoot! We were too late. Please don't tell me we're gonna be trapped here. Oh, that's concerning.
You've done well. Now come home.
I mean, yang! Anyways, case in point, we made it out. For real, literal divine intervention. Oh boy. Well, that was fun. Yeah, we were able to get Kachin out of there. Yay.
We're back.
Mm-hmm.
The Pyro Archon saved us.
But she's not here.
How did she regain her strength?
Yeah, didn't she say she used it all up?
She's still in the Speaker's Chamber. What we saw in the Night Kingdom was just her consciousness.
So you're saying her consciousness did all that?
Every
Apparently.
great display of power comes at a price.
Case in point.
You must
that.
feel terrible, Kachina. Just hold on. We'll get you to a doctor soon. Let's get back to the stadium. The Pyro Archon said she'd have a doctor waiting for us.
Yeah, it'll
I
probably trust
recommend
his
getting a
sister
full
again.
checkup, just to make sure no damage gets left behind.
Paimon feels okay. What about you, Traveler?
I'm completely fine.
Right. You always seem to do pretty well against the Abyss.
Let's get going. We need to share what we learned in the Night Kingdom as well.
Right. The Wyab mentioned something about the Pyro Archon's plan. What is it exactly?
I'll let her explain everything. We're all a part of the plan now. Every move we make from here on out will decide Natlan's ultimate fate.
The Great Escape. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that would put us over the edge. Oh wait! Yo! For AR-59! Which means that we're one painful step closer to being AR-60. Heck yes. Okay, so it looks like we don't actually have to go to World's level 9, thank goodness. Because, yeah, Xiao is not at his perfected build yet. So, we need to make sure that we stay far away from World level 9 until we have at least one character with a perfected build. Which means that we're going to be staying at level 8
There's
for
a lot
quite a
less
while.
stuff here than before.
It's good to see you all here in one piece. I know
Good to be
you
in
must
one
have
piece.
a lot of questions, but let Koichi check you over first. It's best not to let any lingering effects of the Abyss go untreated.
Sounds good.
Thank goodness you made it back. I came here as soon as the Pyro Archon told me about your plan. Take a seat, everybody. I'll examine you one by one.
Despite the short stints in the Night Kingdom, Walani and the others all have some degree of abyssal contamination. But thanks to Chuichi's extensive experience treating abyssal contamination, the harmful effects will not be permanent. The treatment also relieves Kachina's symptoms.
All right. That should do it for now. But just to be safe, I'll perform another checkup in a couple of days. I have to say, though, I've never seen anyone react to the Abyss like you, Traveler. It's like you're completely immune to its power.
He always has been special like that. He can even purify its power. Wait, now that you mention it, Paimon doesn't think she's affected either.
We don't know why, though.
Given the current situation, that ability will likely play a great role in the events to come.
Of course. I still have patients to see, so I'll head out.
Thank you, Koichi.
All right, all right. We might not see eye to eye,
Luigi.
but we both had good intentions. Just give it time. I'm sure we'll figure things out between us one day.
Yeah.
If I pronounced the name
Alright.
wrong, I'm very
There's so
sorry.
much to discuss, I don't even know where to begin. You've seen it for yourselves now. The devastation in the Night Kingdom. I'll get straight to the point. Natlan is on the verge of destruction. It's very possible our nation has less than a year before total devastation.
Huh?
No. That can't be true, can it?
Less than a year.
That's right. But I've only ever disclosed that fact to the handful of people working with me to save this nation. Our looming destruction is not a recent development, but the inevitable conclusion of the disaster the Abyss initiated 500 years ago.
Mulan told us a little bit about that.
500 years ago, all the nations of Teyvat were invaded by the Abyss. Unlike the other nations, Natlan never had stable and deep-rooted ley lines, so we suffered the worst of the invasion. The battle against the Abyss was exceedingly long and brutal. In the end, victory came at the cost of our civilization and countless lives. Even then, it took centuries of solving the disasters caused by the Abyss to finally achieve the peace we know today. And still, this is but a superficial victory. The forces of the Abyss have merely been driven back underground. Their threat to Natlan remains as real as ever.
I'd never have guessed.
The problems plaguing the Night Kingdom are all the more complicated because that realm is essentially functioning as Natlan's ley lines. Immediately after the war, our calculations estimated that we would have a maximum of 500 years before the Night Kingdom was completely lost to the Abyss. But at that time, we were a nation of the destitute. Our people no longer believed in victory, nor did they hold hope for the future. Our civilization was dying, our faith crumbling, and the line of power passed down from the Wyab nearly severed. If we didn't bring the nation back together, it would be foolish to even dream of defeating the Abyss in the future. So, the Archon had a long and involved discussion with the heroes of each tribe, and finally came up with a 500-year-long plan to save Natlan.
So that's what happened. After finding Kachina, I encountered a strange figure who gave me a series of new memories. Since the plan was mentioned in those memories, I guess I've been chosen to play an important role in it. But there's still something I don't understand.
And
Those memories showed me the Pyro Archon
plot,
from
we
back
probably
then.
have a part to play in as well.
And it was you.
Huh? But that doesn't make any sense. The Pyro Archon is supposed to be human. It's impossible for a human to live that long.
That's right. The hardest thing for humans to overcome has always been time, or rather, the natural limitations of our lifespan. A god can extend a human's life by using a certain amount of divine power, or subjecting them to a curse. But, as we all know, Natlan doesn't have gods like that. We can only rely on our own methods. A human life is like a flame destined to be extinguished. 500 years ago, I placed my life within the sacred flame. Only by dying before my time could I have the chance to wake up again.
So, in other words, this is your second life?
That was all part of the plan?
Yes. We only managed to defeat the Abyss all those years ago because the tribes came together as one. If the Natlan of the future was to have a fighting chance, the Pyro Archons that came after the war had to rebuild the decimated tribes. The goal was to reunite the people and restore the strength of each tribe's Wyab. Once a tribe was back to its full strength, the tribe's Wyab would select a hero, indicating the tribe was once again ready for war. The Chosen would then stand by my side in defense of our nation, just like great heroes of old, 500 years ago.
So that means I'm one of the chosen?
That's right. You bear the ancient name Umoja, the same one held by the hero from your tribe 500 years ago. It means unity. After your adventure in the Night Kingdom, I trust you've come to fully understand the meaning of that name.
So in other words, you always knew who the Wyatt were going to pick from each tribe?
Yes. According to the plan, each tribe was supposed to have been fully restored by the time I awoke. But something went wrong along the way. The 6 heroes successfully inherited the ancient names from 500 years ago, but the intel regarding the plan wasn't passed on to them. Once again, it comes down to the deterioration of the Night Kingdom. Communication between the Sacred Flame and the Wyatt has been blocked.
Just like how the Ode of Resurrection failed to bring Kachina back.
Exactly. It's just another tactic the Abyss is using against us. The Abyss may not possess intelligence, but its methods certainly aren't easy to counter. If we want to unblock that information from being passed on, my presence alone isn't enough. The ancient name-bearer must establish a greater connection to their name. So, I've tried my best to help them from the sidelines. Currently, Shilonen of the Children of Echoes, Kinich of the Scions of the Canopy, and Iansan of the Collective of Plenty have all been acknowledged by their names. During your adventure, you too earned the acknowledgement of your Wyatt, Mualani. In the process, you gained the memories stored within your name.
So, that just leaves 2 people
But we have less than a year!
Yes, but we have no choice. We cannot start the plan until all the heroes have been gathered. That's also why I haven't been able to take action despite the urgency of the situation.
But if you knew this whole time, why
She
didn't you
needs all
just
the
tell
puzzle
me about my
pieces to
role in
fall
all
into
this?
place
Wouldn't
before
that
she
make
can do
everything go a
anything.
lot faster?
That makes sense.
Perhaps, but the opposite could also be true. Knowing your destiny too early could mean failing to realize your full potential. Just like your determination to save Kachina, I hope your commitment to this endeavor comes from your own strength of will, rather than a sense of obligation.
So I suppose you're not going to tell us who the final 2 heroes are then?
That's right. Their time is yet to come. Putting pressure on them beforehand will only hinder their development.
But what if they don't make it in time?
I can only trust in the judgment of the Wyatt. I have never believed I could solve this crisis alone. In fact, it was precisely because I chose to trust and rely on others that we managed to get this far. Natlan's salvation lies not in its Archon or any singular individual, but in us all.
Does that mean
You're quite perceptive, aren't you? I thought I might get away with avoiding the topic.
Huh? Oh, right! All of the stuff you stored here before, where did it all go?
Even though I sacrificed my power, I still needed a contingency plan to ensure you would make it back from the Night Kingdom. After all, I was the one who allowed you to take that risk, and Mualani has an important role to play in my plan. In addition to their sentimental value, the items I stored here held a much more important purpose: fuel.
Fuel? Ah, so back then, that's why you...
Yes. The stories embodied by those items are certainly important, but there's an even more significant trait they all share. Every item belonged to a hero of Natlan. Over time, they became imbued with a certain amount of contending fire from being carried in battle. On their own, each item's power is limited, but together, their combined effect can prove quite useful in a dire situation. By burning those items, I was able to activate the contending fire stored within them to open the boundary between the 2 worlds. It was a rather crude approach, so all their power was depleted in an instant, as you can see.
But weren't they all precious treasures? What about their stories?
That's exactly why I dragged you all here. No matter what, I never wanted the Pyro Archon to have to use that power. Oh, I'm so sorry.
You have nothing to be sorry for. You all deserve my thanks, actually. If you hadn't saved the totem pole, that area of the Night Kingdom would have been forever lost to the Abyss. And then, it would only be a matter of time before the Children of Echoes was met with disaster. Besides, when those heroes entrusted their belongings to me, or the Pyro Archon of their time, it was out of a desire to contribute to Natlan's survival. If they knew those items helped save the present-day heroes of Natlan, they would not mourn their loss.
Even when you put it that way, I still feel bad.
There's no
wasn't
need.
for those items,
Remember what I told you about time?
wouldn't be standing
The people
here
and the events
complaining.
of the past are never truly lost to us. We simply carry them with us in a different form. In that sense, we didn't lose anything at all. If you still have regrets, let them fuel your resolve in the battles to come. Your deeds will become new legends and nurture new forms of power just like the items once stored here.
Well, we'd still like to return the favor.
Well, if that's the case, just treat me to a drink sometime. Now that Kachina has returned, we can finally hold the victory feast and celebrate your team's triumph in the Night Warden Wars. And we could all use the rest, that's for sure. Plus, you'll be able to silence everyone who doubted you once and for all, Kachina.
Still, now that I know the danger we're facing, having a victory feast doesn't feel right.
Try not to let it get to you. It's important to stay calm. Worrying about it will only affect your judgment. All right. You should head out. I'll join you in a bit.
Alright, sounds good. Where did she go? Ooh, that's pretty.
When I was young, I used to sit by the hot springs and listen to the stories of warriors from all over Natlan. They attract people from all walks of life. Friends come easy here, no matter what tribe you're from. The people of the springs have never claimed the hot springs as their own private property. They are there to bring all hot spring buddies together. It's been really nice, seeing the children of my tribe get older. It's helped me gradually understand the true value of the springs. I've witnessed their energy, their determination, their absolute passion for life. Even when they cause trouble, I never managed to hold on to my anger for long. It's unbelievable how quickly they worm their way back into my good graces. I'm certain Mualani will become a great warrior when she grows up. She possesses infinite potential. I can see it. One day, when I'm no longer in fighting form, I'll come here and tell stories to all the children, just like those warriors did for me. So, you better get busy, Pyro Archon, or I'll end up running out of stories.
I'm just gonna turn off the webcam and just kind of leave you with, to watch this thing, because there's some stuff I need to take care of, so I'll see you in a bit.
The Abyss is a cunning enemy.
one that I faced in battle many times. Were that not the case, I would never understand exercising this degree of caution. My rage will never know absolution, and my power will no longer aid you in victory. But you came to me because you knew you could convince me with just a single sentence. I understand your choice. The heroes of today will forge the path ahead with blood and fire. Just remember to earn us the victory we are owed. Otherwise, rest assured, I'll find a way to collect the debt. For Natlan.
So, you're gonna head 500 years in the future to serve as the Pyro Archon again? But what about the you from right now? You're just gonna die?
You can't ask her those questions and expect her to answer, my dear. The decision is hers to make, and she deserves our support. We will do everything we can to rebuild the tribes. Don't you worry. Even across time, we will all do our part to fight for Natlan's future.
Yeah, Mom's right. We'll always believe in you, sis. Oh, seriously though, Dad should be here. Where is he?
I imagine he didn't know what to say, so he chose not to come at all. Don't take it to heart, my dear. That's just who he is. Just remember, no matter what happens in the future, we will always love you.
I'll come find you one day. I know I can't live that long, but I'll think of something. There has to be a way for us to meet again one day. If there's an answer out there somewhere, I'm gonna find it. So, don't forget about me.
I'm
That's
guessing
your
that was
decision.
probably his little
You
sister.
have my full support, Archon.
May our children live to see such a lovely son.
For Natlan!
No one fights alone.
The rules are my legacy. They shall grant us the strength to overcome the next tragedy.
War forged the 6 tribes, taught us how to fight, instilled in us what it means to love.
Who will be the one to bring this to an end?
We are the inheritors of memory and legend. Those who grew alongside sun and wind. Those who forged our own destiny and future. That is Natlan's fire. The lifeblood of our nation.
so banquet at the end, banquet at the end, banquet at the end. Where do we go for that? Is there a teleport nearby? Do 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 do. Kind of maybe. Okay, let's see what happens if I go here first. Can I go there and then go down to get to the banquet from there? It looks like I can. But yeah, that was such a 4-hour conquest. I thoroughly enjoyed that.
Hey, Koichi! You here for the victory feast too?
Oh, no. I knew Chaska would be here, so I just came to deliver some medicine. I was about to leave, actually. But, it's not that I don't want to celebrate Kachina and the others. I'm so glad she made it back. It's just... well, I'll make things awkward if I'm around my sister right now.
You're gonna fight with her. You're gonna fight with her again.
So Paimon can understand.
She didn't cause any trouble during your trip, right?
Yeah, she was super helpful. She gave us a lot of useful information about the Abyss.
That's good. That's all I needed to know.
Is there a reason you asked? You were pretty outspoken when we first met, but now it's like you're holding something back.
You can tell us anything.
Maybe it seemed unreasonable, picking that fight with her before you left, but I did it for a reason. Her impulse to fight is extremely strong. Her mental strength helps her rein it in, but she still loses control sometimes. I had no idea what you might face in the Night Kingdom, so I didn't want to take any chances.
So what you're saying is...
You deliberately provoked her so she'd take that impulse out on you.
Okay, so maybe it sounds a little stupid, but it works pretty well. It helps her keep her cool for a little while, at least. Anyway, I'm just glad you were able to make it back safe and sound. That's all I wanted.
But do you really have to go that far? Can't you just talk it out?
No way. Chaska never opens up about her own pain, especially to her family. She can't learn about this, or it'll be even harder to help her.
Yeah, that's fair. I respect your decision.
I appreciate the understanding, and don't worry. I'll find a way to help her ease this burden. Anyway, I need to get going. Enjoy the celebration. Oh, and if you ever need a doctor, you know who to find.
Huh. Who would have thought there was a deeper reason behind their arguing?
They're trying to look out for each other in their own
In
way.
the end, it's all the Abyss's fault. Paimon's had enough of them.
Anyways, I wasn't even near you. You're fine. In the end, let's take part in the victory feast. Then we'll do the outro, and then maybe I'll send you guys on a raid, assuming my intended target for tonight is still live by the time I'm done. We'll see.
Let's give a huge round of applause to our brave young warrior, Kachina! Woohoo!
Well done, Kachina. Thank you, everyone. I'm so glad I finally made it.
I always knew you could do it. With so much potential at your age, you have a great future ahead of you.
You're one to talk. Don't think I didn't know you were the first person to abandon your team. I'll be dealing with you when we get back.
I had no choice. My friend invited me. I couldn't just say no.
Oh, really? So you weren't just trying to get ahead in the first round?
I wasn't, I swear. I just happened to find that bearer injured in the wild, so I stopped to bandage his wounds. When he insisted on repaying the favor, what was I supposed to do? I'm just one person. I figured Kachina would have no trouble replacing me.
But the fact of the matter is that after your departure, everyone else started thinking about swapping teams too.
I'm really sorry, Kachina. It was wrong of us to abandon you like that.
It's amazing that you still made it all the way through to the Night Warden Wars. That's the highest honor.
So, what about you guys? Did you make it far?
Our team captain drank too much the night before the competition and turned up late to the stadium on the day. We got disqualified.
Comeuppance.
Serves you all right. No sympathy for me.
Alright. There's no need to be like that, Uncle Pakal. Dear friends, I'd like to say a few words. Firstly, I'm grateful to my friends and our great Archon for helping to bring me back. This traveler and his companion Paimon are some of the strongest people I've ever met. If they were allowed to participate in the pilgrimage, I have no doubt that they'd win the whole thing. They've agreed to let me learn from them. With their help, I believe I can become even stronger still. And let's not forget my good friends, Moalani, Chaska, Kanich, and Dion-san. They all helped the Traveler and Paimon figure out a way to bring me back from the Night Kingdom. They too deserve to be called our heroes, so please give another round of applause for them. Thank you so much!
Well said!
I'll drink to that.
How does it feel being a hero, Kachina?
To be honest, it's a bit overwhelming. It all just feels so surreal.
Well, you better get used to it. Next up, undefeated champion!
That way, we'll also become a champion coach.
Hey, please don't make fun of me.
Looks like we still have some stuff to do. Oh, talk to Mahuika. Hopefully we can get at least a couple of questions answered.
Oh, you're here. Have some fruit juice. I got it specially for you two.
Oh, thanks.
No, that's Paimon's favorite!
You look like you've still got questions. Ask away.
Isn't your plan a little convoluted?
Because they had their own lives to live. The thought of telling them, abandon your families and everyone you love, and come with me to the end of time, for in 500 years Natlan will be destroyed, it seemed too cruel. You could just as easily point out that everything in this world would come to an end eventually. But life is short, and beyond a point, it just doesn't seem real. Imagine if I said, let's leave right now, and go save the sun because it'll flame out in a few million years. It would sound quite ridiculous. I couldn't make them shoulder that burden with me. Besides, every generation will have its heroes, this one included. The plan can still work without them. Or, of course, without me. But since I was the one who came up with the plan, I felt duty-bound to see it through to the end.
I'm suddenly remembering that portrait in your room. Was that your family from back then?
Yes, it was. So when you asked me who my sister grew up to be, the truth is that very little information survives. From what I've been able to piece together, I can conclude with a reasonable degree of confidence that she ended up as an architect and artist. She played an instrumental role in rebuilding the scions of the Canopy tribe, designing and building many houses. But of course, none of her buildings are around anymore. Still, it was an impressive achievement, and I'm very proud of her.
Oh, I forgot to meet up. Oopsies. So that's the life you had to leave behind.
You feel loss keenly. It seems to stir up feelings of regret in you. But this is something I have long since come to terms with. This is a war, and there can be no war without loss. I am already far more fortunate than those who lost their lives to the Abyss. The people of Natlan look to me as their Archon, and the weight of their expectations is mine to bear. I must see our fate through to the very end, no matter what I may find there.
That's actually what I wanted to ask. If you're already aware of fate...
Doesn't that mean the way everything ends has already been written, including your plan?
I suppose, but so what? Don't forget, time takes many forms. The past, present, and future coexist, and all are equally important. Even if the future ends in destruction, there's still no reason to give up on the here and now. And it's precisely because we humans cannot know our fate that we will never give up on our struggle. This is a pivotal moment. We are still 2 heroes short. Well, 3 to be precise. There's one further hero who I'm hoping to get on my side, whatever it takes.
Surely you don't mean me.
Your resistance to the corrupting power of the Abyss is truly remarkable. It would easily make you an all-important figure in the upcoming battle. If you agree to join us, you will not only gain my full support in your journey, but I will also forge a brand new ancient name for you.
Wait, we get an ancient name? Heck yeah.
Can be forged?
They can. Several strict conditions
yeah, how do
must
you
be
think
met,
they
but
came
if
about
they
to
couldn't
begin
be
with?
forged at all, then the number of them in circulation would have long dwindled to 0. Possessing an ancient name would mean that your adventures in Natlan are recorded in full. Your stories would be remembered by our people for all the years to come. The Ode of Resurrection may have temporarily lost its power, but still, take this as my personal guarantee that I shall never let you fall. Just like in the Night Kingdom, I will be there for you. That is a promise I will fulfill at all costs. This nation always honors its heroes.
You don't have to promise me anything. I just want to help out the people.
Yeah, we can't just ignore the situation here.
Wonderful.
Though
Then I'll
having an
reach out
ancient
to
name
Shulon
of our own
right
would be
away.
pretty cool.
She's the one who will forge the name. We've never
looks like
forged
we're getting
an
that no
ancient
matter
name
what.
for an
Cool.
Outlander before, but I trust she'll find a way.
And with that, the 5.0 Archon quest has concluded. And
My lord,
the curtains will
received
now
word that the Pyro Archon
close.
has lost much of her power.
Hold up. Post-credit
Although your
scene.
injury
I'll
complicates
say
things,
thanks later.
this is most certainly the opportune time to seize the Gnosis.
Victory and defeat are rules, not outcomes. I have never taken advantage of an opponent in a time of weakness, and I don't intend to start now. As for you, I must confess, I did not expect that little trick of yours to save the day.
No matter how dense the fog, as long as the sun remains, we cannot turn day into night. She could have dispelled it. She simply chose not to. You don't have much time, and you're injured on top of that. What do you plan to do next?
I'm beginning to see just how useful you may turn out to be. You heard something from here, didn't you?
Oh, shit. Okay, now I can say it. But with that horrifying thing there, yeah, that's it for the 5.0 Archon quest, and the curtains are gonna close on the main story until 5.1, when we will get Acts 3 and maybe even Act 4. We don't know. We'll have to see. But, anyways, let's... I need to do the things. Oh, sorry. Settings. Audio. Turn that down. Alrighty, Popiety. Okay, cool. Dark is still streaming, so we're gonna raid. Cool. Nice. I will get the raid command all nice and ready. That's the way to do it, right? That's it. Okay. Capitals. Capitals are important. The fun part about the raid thing is that I have to type in their name exactly, like letter for letter, word for word. But anyways, that will just about do it for tonight. If you guys enjoyed the stream and you're on the YouTube side of things, then please be sure to comment, like, subscribe, and as always, stay awesome. And if you're one of the lovely people who decided to take time out of your day, afternoon, or evening to come watch the stream live as it is happening, or you're here for the 2 weeks that it's on Twitch before I transferred over, then please be sure to drop a follow and maybe even a subscription if you haven't done so already. Small reminder that those with Twitch Prime are able to get a free 1-month subscription to a streamer of their choosing, so if you haven't used that with someone else, I encourage you to use that here, and as always, long live the rebellion.